Oh god, what's happening? Stop it. Stop it. No, that's supposed to be paused. Why? Sorry about that. I am horribly sorry about that. Out here trying to set up everything, and the stream has taken a life of its own, apparently. Screaming and hollering of the souls that were entrapped in this kitchen before I took it over. That's how the place came cheap. Oh, that's a joke. Nothing's cheap for millennials nowadays. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining in. I looked at the numbers real quick while I was setting up. I'm like, why the hell are you all here and not watching AGDQ? You should be supporting that. Not they can't do both at the same time. I figured I have a lot to cook tonight. I actually have to go through a lot of stuff that's in the fridge and get it out of the way and whatnot. So, that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. I have a lot to cook. So, I'm going to just get started right away because there's a lot to be done here. There is a lot to be done here. 48 FPS? Is it actually doing that well? Because it should not be doing that well. It never does that well. Alright, first things first. Okay, that's still good. I've had this pork for a little while, and so I was a little bit afraid that, like, I'm running low on time, and it won't be good, but it still smells fine, so we should be good on that. But how's it going, everyone? Shimeskimo, STUs again, Meta Regress, Hotashi. Damn, even Hotashi? Hotashi doesn't even like food. No, he loves food. Except for the times, he didn't show up to dinner. He left me alone at the dinner table, but that's his own thing. It said the setting is literally 720? 48? Really? That's insane, actually. If you all were over here in Prismid, it would be more than enough to feed all y'all. But this is how I kind of cook for the week and everything like that, so... Alright. So, the first thing I gotta do. So, like, you can always do an exclamation recipe if you want to see kind of stuff I'm making tonight. Only one of the things I'm making will not be on there, but that's not a big deal. But first, I'm going to be starting off with the pork. It needs to marinate for... most marinades only really need to be done for like an hour or 2 hours, honestly. You can do it overnight. It doesn't exactly hurt anything, but it doesn't like increase the quality by marinating things longer. Marination is kind of just pre-cooking it a little bit so that it deals a little bit better when it actually gets cooked and makes a better flavor / mouthfeel experience. So, I'm going to start with this, and I'm going to marinate for about an hour. Actually, the first thing I'm really going to do is turn on the oven for something else. But I'm going to start with making the spice for the pork, spice rub for the pork, putting it all together, and we should be good to at least start from there. So, whoop, don't move. Okay, there we go. Shift it from not 1080p so I can be fun to swap my high-speed connection occasional dips. I'm still technically on Wi-Fi, so I don't know if that's going to help a lot of Tizian. Actually, let me pull us over this way. It's not the most interesting in the world, but at least you can see that I'm grabbing my various spices and everything over here. Oh yeah, Meta Regress, grab that shit! It's all yours, bud. How you all doing? Happy Monday. This time I'm preparing ahead. I should also show you the tech. I actually took my lady's laptop, and I'm using that instead. So... you kind of see me off to the side, poking at stuff. I'm like, okay, let's make sure that I actually have everything in front of me at this time, and not be having to write down a list of things otherwise. Alright, so off to the fridge here to get off some of our fresher spices, or herbs I should say. So we got our sage, we got thyme, I think it's used for this recipe, and cilantro, which is... I don't think I need it right now, so I'm going to actually put it off to the side. But thyme, sage, garlic. We got plenty of garlic. No, really, we got plenty of garlic. There's at least 4 heads in here and some parts and pieces of other ones. So garlic, olive oil. This is just for the rub, right? All right. So, as you all know, I keep espousing how amazing this onion oil is. But since I have such little amount left in here, I'm probably not going to use it for my marinade, just to save some for actually making sure I cook with it instead. Also, I can actually keep my chat open at the same time. Pantry too small. Engage the power. Engage spice racks. Oh man, I wish we had enough space to even put spice racks into something that we can keep it actually organized. But That thing was fine, actually. Shot perfectly framed. Read bottom for the bottom to read out. Wait, hold on. Let me turn it on real quick. Does it? Oh, yeah, it totally does. Sweet. I'm keeping that there. I'm absolutely keeping that there. Do you not know if you have the soap tube or not, Eskimo? Alright, so we're going to use olive oil, like I said, instead of the onion oil. So we got that. Got the thyme. I do not like cutting out thyme, but it is what it is. Lemon, salt. Got salt over here. Lemon is somewhere in the fridge. Lemon, where are you? I literally bought you yesterday. You cannot possibly be gone. There it is. Well, there's one. Where's the other lemons? Also, let me know if the music's too loud, too quiet, all that good stuff, because, you know, I can't hear what you hear. Okay. Oh, never mind. I remember what I did with them now. I left them on our bowl of general ingredients. There we go. Sweet. Alright. Also, hopefully you're all doing well. I don't know if I said this already, but happy Monday. Hopefully you're doing good. It's good to see you all. You're all coming out in force, in grand force. That is crazy. Alright, got the salt, got the pepper. Actually, I will need to grind more pepper, I realize. So that's fine. Cumin seeds. Put those away? I think I put those away. Yeah, I put those away. Actual seeds. If you can. If you have a spice grinder, try to always grab whole seeds if you can, because one, sometimes recipes require like, oh, use the whole seed instead of partial seeds, and it's like, that's fine, whatever. But also, it's fresh, tastes a lot better, yada yada yada. And then 4-ish pounds of pork. Honestly, this is 5 pounds, but whatever. Hey, and it's supposed to be pork shoulder. It's gonna be pork chops just for the sake of, you know, making stuff for dinner for the course of a week. Lunch and dinner for the course of a week, so that's his own thing. Alright, so for the spice mix, all it is just a lot of preparation, right? There we go, by the way, just kind of pushing it over here. So yeah, it's a spice mix. There's not really much to technically talk about. The main pain in the ass, though, is going to be the time. Time fucking sucks to prepare. Like, as the one spice says, like, if you have no patience, do not get fresh thyme. Holy shit, I hate it. And I'm a patient person, I feel like. You've all seen me go through Plot, Kid Chameleon, Jelly Boy. I have patience. You know I have patience. When it comes to time, I do not like giving it my time, because, oh my days, this shit takes for ages. Can we get an upgrade? No, it's the same one I've been using the entire time. Might have some better Wi-Fi potentially, but no, I mean, I'm not even further, I'm actually further away from my Wi-Fi than I normally would be. Maybe Twitch is getting a power up because everyone's doing AGDQ stuff and they're like, oh shit, we gotta support all these people! Better lighting though, definitely. This kitchen's just a lot better in general. This is just a new kitchen. We have the overhead lightings here and like lighting from over there. And this is a very well lit kitchen, so that definitely helps a lot. Alright. My least favorite part. I'm just, I have no time for time. Yes! Exactly! Him for submit! You understand! Alright, how much do they want? Because I don't want to do more than I have to. I say just 1 tablespoon, but alright. So the reason that time sucks, right? Let me try to grab an example here. Alright, so you say, okay, 1 tablespoon. Like, you know, I have a tablespoon here, just for an example. Like, oh, one tablespoon. No, that's not that much, right? Yeah, except for like every little piece of thyme. You don't cut up the branches on thyme for the most part, because this is actually a thick branch. You don't want that in your food. You want, if anything, there's like somewhat softer little branches here and there, but otherwise, this is a little piece of thyme. You gotta peel off all the leaves on this, and then chop it up. And then you have to fill up a tablespoon or so. This shit takes a while. But I found the easiest way personally to do it, and Another guide says something else, and I'll tell you about it, but it doesn't work well for me, is to just kind of lightly pinch your fingers near the top, and just kind of slightly, and kind of like cling onto it with your nails and fingers, and pull. And then you can kind of pull off a lot of the leaves on it. So that makes it a little bit easier. If the branch breaks off by itself, it's probably tender enough to kind of chop and include with everything else. So unless you're serving for like a high-end restaurant of some sort, you don't need to be that specific. Just make sure you don't get the actual like hard tree branches of this, because that is what's going to take your meal down a notch. I mean, it won't even just take it down a notch. It'll just be like, why'd you put trees in my meal? And you'll be like, it's a deconstructed thyme pork. You would never understand, you plebeian. And they would be like, no, I understand, sir. I just didn't realize the unique flavors that you imparted onto this dish. I'm not owned as they turn into a fancy deconstructed corn cob, which is just a can of corn, actually. I'm on some shit today. Don't mind me. It's Monday. Spending some quality time. God damn it. It's extra fiber. Step it up. Listen to the California guy. They're the masters of bougie eating right now. And by masters, I mean, Jesus hell, they have so many restaurants out there. It's ridiculous. Alright. So just slowly pick away at the time. You know, I'm pretty sure this is the reason why time's called time, because it takes a lot of time to prepare, and it sucks. And like a lot of the time, like, more time puns. Like, I'll get like to branches like these, where it's like, you can see like little leaves here and there, and I was like, yeah, not worth it. Either I pick them off, or I just leave them on, because I'm just like, I'm already sick of doing this. Your fingers will smell great though for like the next hour or so. But that's the worst part of it. It doesn't like, it's not one of those scents that actually lasts with you the whole night and like really smells like a nice herbal fragrance or anything like that. And you're like, okay, you know, I really had, you know, time on my hands for sure. But ultimately, it lasts for like an hour and then it's gone. And you're like, well, I don't get the enjoyment of actually having time-smelling fingers the entire time. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. Did you just? Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Sorry, my lady returned back home, and I know she's being conscientious of me streaming, but I thought she took the cat and locked it in the other room, and I'm like, the cat's fine. If anything, people like the cat being on stream, but she's also grabbing some stuff in the car from our old apartment, so she had to lock the cat in the room since I'm not going to be chasing the cat outside. Not that the cat will ever go outside anyway, so. You barely use mint? Oh, yeah. Mint is... Oh, shit, what's up, D-Hamster? How's it going? Do you have any potted herbs? Not currently, because it's winter. And because any herbs that we did have, we had it at our old apartment complex. And the old apartment complex had a potter, or a rented planter. That's the word I'm looking for. A rented planter that we had. And so we grew stuff in that. And then, you know, winter hit, all that sort of stuff. You know, stuff went out of style. We have a rosemary bush also that is kind of like in stasis, I guess is the best way to put it. But that's the only thing that we could really take with us to this new apartment because, you know, it's the only potted plant that we personally own versus having the planter at the old apartment. So, thus, no, we do not have any fresh herbs right now, but next summer, you know, we'll definitely try to make a more sustainable system, is what our imagination is. But no, mint is way good. If you can utilize mint in things, oh, it's so good. The thing with mint for me is that I'm not very mint savvy either, honestly, Santakai. I don't do a lot of mint in my cooking either, so I was a little bit excited when mint came up on the list of ingredients for stuff we were trying to look for recipes for. Also, let me know if the music's too loud or too quiet. It seems like it's really quiet, but maybe that's the perfect background noise, by the way. Yeah, this new kitchen kicks ass though, D-Hamster. Like I said, we moved recently, and for whatever reason, we were touring the apartments because, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the apartment complex's leasing center is probably one of the worst business people I've had to interact with. But you know, they said our appointment was at blank time. Like, no, we did not schedule an appointment for it at that time. So why do you think it's at that time? Whatever. So we had a very rushed appointment. We kind of checked out 3 apartments, did it really quickly, kind of looked at everything and thought, man, it sure is smaller, but, you know, the main reason we're moving is because we want to have the office space for me, because that's how I'm working from home now, as with a lot of people are. But then we moved in, and we sat there for a bit, and we're like, we have so much space. Why did we think this was any smaller than our last apartment? This place is ginormous. It's like a small home, actually. This is a very nice apartment complex, a very nice faux bougie neighborhood. Like, to give you some perspective, the neighborhood has its own giant lake. Well, not giant lake, but like, you know, a small reservoir, I should say. Its own small reservoir. Like its own park, multiple like neighborhoods within the entire gated neighborhood. It's pretty nice in here, actually. It's definitely, my sister like remembered what the place was. She's like, oh yeah, that used to be the place. If you were doing things in life, you could live there. And then another company took it over, I guess. So it's good. It's really nice. A lot of counter space, a lot of cabinet space. Like, we have spare room for everything that we own kitchen-wise. It's super, super good. Oh, basil. Yeah, basil grows fast. Rosemary, once you actually really get it going, goes insanely fast. It is so nice if you actually do that right. So definitely, if you can grow plants, like grow herbs and stuff like that, and like fresh vegetables too, that definitely kicks major ass. That whips major ass. Do that too. Everything else in the complex, oh, it's like, it's more like an actual upscale suburban neighborhood more than anything else. If I had to put a quantifier on it, easily understood, understandable quantifier on it. It's like an upscale neighborhood in general. That's probably not a tablespoon. You know what? Just keep going at it because I just need to convince myself to keep going at it because ultimately it's There is someone calling me. I am going to ignore it. Apologies. Apologies, ladies and gents, and otherwise. So, yeah, that was my phone. Yeah, Jen's son, that was my phone. Everyone checks their phone like, oh shit, why did my ringer get reset? That's weird. But no, the neighborhood itself is super, super nice for multiple reasons. So at least in the state of Colorado, we don't have a lot of food hubs necessarily. We're in Denver, am I at now? Oh, no, I'm in Aurora. I'm about to actually explain that. So good timing, better regress. So we're in Aurora right now. Well, it's actually kind of interesting. Metaverse, I'll just explain it to you because you'll understand how Colorado works. So we're very, very technically in Denver still. The city of Denver. The place is also still very, very, very technically a part of Cherry Creek. And you know how nice Cherry Creek is. So imagine like those apartments just very, very close to Aurora. But we are like literally a block away from being officially Aurora. So it's really fucking dumb. Basically what I'm saying is it's really fucking dumb. But it touts itself as a Cherry Creek-esque spot in Aurora, which is perfect for 2 reasons. Because 1, you get all the nice apartment bougie status of Cherry Creek. It's our very high-end, you want to blow money for no goddamn reason, you go to Cherry Creek area. But ultimately, Aurora is the food hub of Colorado, where we have a lot of the ethnicities really gather up in Aurora, and if you want to get good food, like kind of anywhere you walk type of thing, Aurora's the place to be. So it's really like ultimately like perfect in that regard. We have all the food culture that we want, all the alternative grocery stores that we want, all nice places that we want, but we get all the quality of living that like Aurora, Cherry Creek has. So it's really, really nice, honestly. Tell me you're living. God damn it, Jen. I was out here telling a whole story. You made a good ass joke behind my back. See, it works behind my back because my laptop, quote unquote, is over there. I hope y'all can hear the cat because that's really good. No, I don't mind. Oh. I prefer living in Gunbarrel. Oh, Jesus, yeah, Gunbarrel's way the hell out there. Gunbarrel is way the hell out there. I don't know if you got to see your friend while you were here, but if not, I understand why not. I'm just pulling more, because I have a little bit over 4 pounds of pork, but I think these are bone-in, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Oh, they're bone-in. Actually, that is probably 4 pounds of pork, then. But, you know, a little bit more time doesn't hurt, so... Ooh, fried rice. Oh, you forgot to reduce water on the rice. So, fried porridge, I guess? Fried rice porridge? You have a nice Asian market nearby? We have two Asian markets. This fucking cat. But we have 2 very nice Asian markets nearby, so that's really, really huge for us. But alongside a multitude of Latin, Mexican, or Hispanic, I don't know all my terminologies there, so I really do apologize for my ignorance on that. Indian and other smaller Asian marts all around the area too, alongside with a few African spots too. So we can, like, whatever I feel like cooking or want to start exploring into. Also, Armenian has really, like, taken very specifically, I've realized now that I've done searches in the area, has very specifically taken like some residents in Aurora too. So we have, once again, we have all like the more international options here, which is super freaking nice. Some Russian spots too, Russian stores and everything like that. That helps a lot. Happy to provide the cat. Thank you much. I'm still fried rice, but it's a little bit mush and the bottom got burned, so it has a goo layer. I mean, if it's a crunchy goo layer, that's pretty nice. Like crunchy goo rice. Hey, all right, I'm down for that. You know, invite me over for dinner, Sandika. I'll eat it. With regards to Russia, your hands post cat, you gotta understand, when you have a cat, you just accept the existence of having cat hair and everything. She's an indoor cat. We touch stuff indoors. Furs everywhere. Oftentimes we only notice it when it's on our face. So because this is just for us, if I was cooking for someone else, I'd be a lot more worried. Obviously, I would not be streaming either because I'd be focusing on the other people. But otherwise, the cat adds a nice a spice to it. Nice little cat scratch fever for all you folks in there who are fans of cats. Gives you a nice little spice in your tongue. It's super good. Crunchy goo sounds like an oxymoron. I mean, to me, it just sounds like American snack food. Alright, where's my knife? One of like 20 knives. Alright, this one's fine. I just need to roughly chop this. Spread it out a bit. Once again, I don't really have a very appropriate chopping technique. I do whatever it takes to not cut off my fingers chopping technique. I say as in like maybe about a month ago now, I could have lost a finger really easily, and for some reason I just didn't. It was great. I was trying to chop a lemon open, and I was just putting pressure on it, and it was starting to move, so I just intrinsically, just my brain would grab it and hold it still, and the knife just slipped right off, with the length of my finger, and no cut, no nothing. It was sore because I just put the friction of something through my finger, but no, perfectly fine. I just laughed. I'm like, wow, that could have been a very harsh learning lesson. I was also the only one home at the time, so I just like, pick up the finger, and I guess I just gotta go. I have 5 seconds to make a decision. Either I go to the neighbors and ask them to help me out and hope they're home, or I get in the car and I run. So, I lucked out. Everybody gets one, but I was very lucky to not that be my one. That was the one, I should say. I got one. One morning, and that was it. Alright, this is fine. I've sliced my thumbnail off a few times. I've done that a few times. I've for sure done that a few times. But that's why thumbnails are there for protection on the rest of the fingers. So, you know, definitely, it keeps you safe and it keeps you comfortable. Just as comforting as knowing that the boy is just ready with his party. Yo, thank you much, brother. Hopefully the rest of your Zelda adventure went well. That was keeping me super entertained on my meeting today. I think I can tell you that. Also with the sub, at the same time, I can't believe it. Real Ass Gamer, the Boix is here. Owner of PepsiMan.net. It's crazy. Thank you much, I appreciate it. It's good to see you, buddy. Hope the DLC was treating you well, though. It looked fun. I was having a great time, personally. Definitely scared me enough to be more careful. You know, that's kind of what I said, too. Every time I've chopped off a part of my thumbnail. Hey, man, I should probably be more careful. As then I go immediately to almost chopping off my entire freaking finger. So that was good. Work rate just fucked the stream so hard. Oh, did it? It lagged up so much. Yeah, that probably makes sense because my stream's probably going like, we have to load these assets, but we don't have the assets loaded. All right. I don't care if this is a tablespoon or not. I'm just done with the time. You gotta keep up with the times sometimes. Alright. I'm just gonna assume that's enough though. Actually, I probably want to put that in a bigger bowl because I need to mix all this at the end. Let me grab an actual mixing bowl. Sometimes I'm very, very stubborn about not using a proper mixing bowl and like conserving size. I'm like, oh, I don't have to watch something as big. But ultimately, I just end up making a bigger mess by not using appropriately sized things. So I just need to get over it and just say, no, use the appropriate size thing. Don't be stubborn. Let it rock. Was that Cat? Oh yeah, that was Cat. She yelled about something. Existing. Not being allowed on the table, apparently. She's standing on my regional championship rarity 3-of-a-kind arcade stick box that I've opened like a grand total of like twice. Hey, you won our regional major tournament, says Red Bull. Have this special rare arcade stick prize that people will offer you prizes for your arcade stick. Sweet. I don't like this kind of stick. It's staying in the box. I don't think most of us used it actually from the Guilty Gear side of things. I don't know if I even told you all about the Red Bull Conquest tournament series. That was kind of like my second to last crowning moment for me. 2.5 tablespoons of chopped sage. All right, we'll just do all the herb chopping also. Now, I don't work with sage very often, so I also don't know much about sage, honestly. I assume very similar. You just work the leaves, try to peel them off, and just chop them up. I'm going for the similar theory to thyme, where if it's soft enough to peel off, it's soft enough to include in the mix. I didn't know sage was this furry, though. That's a new one. But what if I could use it? I mean, you probably could. Quite honestly. You probably could use it. Ooh. Oh, fresh sage smells great. Holy hell. Alright. But I figure I'm gonna go like with like the cilantro-esque ideology with it, where it's like, look, if the stems and leaves are mostly what I want, I just want them pulled together. If I'm wrong, let me know. Because, you know, I'm not all knowing about cooking. Cooking's a learning process. And then making shit up process once you get good enough. Not all Red Bull exclusive product are nice. Oh yeah. Cajun classic grave stage. I'm waiting for Shemeskimo to be like, I get that joke. Shemeskimo just finished Dragon Quest 3, and he talked his way through it. There was really good conversations to hear about how far he is and his grievances and everything that's going on. I was having a great time. But the only recipes I knew with sage were the ones I get just toss the whole leaf into the pot. You know, honestly, I would be on that life if I could. But these stems are a little bit stronger than I thought, actually. A little bit more fibrous than I thought. Maybe I'll start peeling them out. Like, if I start chopping it and, like, the leaves start... You know what? Actually, screw it. If I see a stem, I'll just pull it out. It might be egregious, but now that I feel more of it, I'm like, this stem is a little bit more fibrous than I would like. And I mean, I know Meta Regress is all about the fiber and all, but... Sorry, bud, you're gonna have to eat some oatmeal or something. Alright. And, you know, I won't pull them all out, but, you know, at least the very tips of them. And then that one there. That's just literally a stem. And, alright, that should go for the rest. I'll just start pulling off the leaves for this. You have a sage scroll, though. Of course I do. You know, it's right over here. You know, it might say it's a food processor, but the only food you're processing is the flesh of the monsters that you defeat in the world of Dragon Quest. So, really, it's just a sage scroll. Quite honestly. Alright. That's the first gen Razor Fight Stick. I don't remember the first gen Razor Fight Sticks, because I first got the Mad Catz arcade sticks when I first actually started using arcade sticks. That took a while also. I was a controller-only person not because, you know, I wanted to be controller-only, it's all I could afford until I eventually started winning tournaments and saving money from my minimum wage job. Okay, so let's see. Put it in a glass of 2 ounces of vodka to make an OG Oh. Do you want me to save some sage? Are you sure? Because
we don't have vodka.
You make that sound like that's the hard part.
No, we're good.
Alright. I mean, not that I'm still going to use it all anyway, but 2-ish tablespoons, so that should be fine. It's true, I will talk to you about literally anything. The thing is, about 99% of the time, I'll be willing to listen to folks about anything as long as folks explain it well. The moment I feel like you don't explain it well, my attention span wavers. I'm not gonna lie, my attention span just goes shit out the window. And that's not to say that if I respond slowly to you, my attention span has wavered or anything like that. No, I'm just really fucking active in the brain, I guess is the best way to put it. And sometimes I'm like, I'll respond to them, and I just go do something else instead because I have a very active brain, and I do realize that. Alright. I'm just gonna chop it all up in that case, because that will be easier. Oh, I forgot to take the trash out. Shit.
Oh, I can do it.
You sure? Oh, okay, cool. Actually, official flavor is slime. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense, actually. Slime, lime time, slime time. Oh, that's ironic. Jesus. So, because I'm using my lady's laptop, I'm logged into her account on the laptop, and I see that she has like a fuck ton of user points because she doesn't know how to use them because she's not technologically as savvy, doesn't do much gaming and nerdy stuff on the side of the Twitch stuff, and so it's just like very much like, huh, that's funny. That's funny.
Also, I usually watch for like all of 5 minutes and then go do something else.
That's also fair. Alright, so the leaves are a little bit more fibrous, so I need to actually probably like forward shop with them and like actually make a clean cut along with everything else. Yeah, because these leaves are very, very fibrous. I'm glad I actually took out the stems after all, because holy shit. Actually, there's an easier way to probably do this. It just got clean, so. Because on the other hand, sage smells good until you get down to the oils, and then it stops smelling really good. So let's just pop it into here, just to show what I'm doing real quick. If you've ever seen a slap chop, this is one of the very many products that was very similar to that era of thing. So we're gonna put it all together here. Put it away. There it is. There we go. There we go. And hopefully that makes things easier. Potential loudness noise in case you need to put volume down, but you know, it's a slap chop, so it can only get so loud. So they gave out to sponsor participants forced to play with those sticks as part of the deal. All those sticks died during turn. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yes. So I never used a first generation razor, but I do remember like there was a tournament of death where like in like 2 almost grand final prize events, and like top 8 and stuff like that, they died on stage in front of the screen with these very popular players, and then like I know one of the times, I can't remember who it was, I want to say Taquito, but like Taquito's stick died, whoever's sticks died. And it's like, oh shit, well what is he going to do? And like Markman, at the time, the representative for Mad Catz, just came up with the arcade stick and just went like, here you go, here's Mad Catz, you just set the buttons up here, you're good to go. And I think he went on to win that match too, so he's like, oh, what an unfortunate but really good marketing opportunity for Mad Catz. Get rid of Vince? I can't get rid of Vince, man. He sounds like he's, you know, that guy from that one game. Scout from Team Fortress 2. I played that once. Ooh. They look more bruised than chopped. But I'll try it once more with a little bit more finesse. Making an orange. Ooh. Oh god, yeah, that sounds nightmarish, imprisonment. That said, I can understand. I mean, our generation will definitely have a time period where we're gonna be rife with arthritis, like entirely and utterly rife with arthritis. A lot of our generation will definitely feel that. Shion's sick died multiple times too, on top of everything else, so that's also way unfortunate. Alright. Well, that's what we're going with. Didn't chop great, but what's more important is that, you know, the more finely you chop really any sort of herb or certain vegetables too, there's a more flavor you kind of get out of it as it touches more oxygen and stuff like that. So more of a science thing. That's if it ain't chopping that great, then whatever. The oils are at least out a little bit. It's gonna be a marinade, so it doesn't super matter. Yeah, our hands will be real bad. And yeah, we muddled up for the oil, so that's really good. Beat me to it because I only look at stream chat every 5 seconds. The trash can is not.
It has to go outside for them to get it.
I thought you meant you were gonna take the trash out and then the trash would remain here. Sorry.
I mean, I can do that too, but it's Monday. We have ballet trash.
No, you're just whack. Quite honestly, but
It totally is. I can still go do it. I just have to put shoes on.
no, it's fine. I just need to find another trash bag for the time
I
being.
think they're underneath.
There it is.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. He never stopped. Look, I played enough ST in my life. I know the power of MASH. Alright. I'm gonna put those in the trash real quick. Is this a barre? Are you minus? It doesn't matter if you're minus. I don't care. You can be plus and I'll still mash. It's a booty. Oh shit, what's up, Ditto? Damn, I didn't even know you had a Twitch account. How's it going? Yo, everyone say hello to Ditto. Good old school friend of mine from my still ongoing rhythm game days. We used to play DDR together. Really attached to him because we had a very similar birthday and we were very equal in skill level for a while in DDR. So we enjoy playing with each other or not. Hey, that's actually good. Glad to hear that you're working amidst everything that's happened so far. So that's some A+ news for me to hear. I am glad to hear that. All right, next, garlic. I thought I put it over here. I didn't do it. Oh, it's over here. Okay. Also, I probably don't want to scratch my head too much because I have like thyme and sage all over my hands, so my head's gonna smell like sage and thyme. It's gonna be a very, very interesting thing. All right, so I've talked about it before, right? And actually, how much water I have in here? Enough. I've talked about it before. I always say it doesn't work for me, and I haven't had an opportunity where it works for me yet. But oh, thank you. But the whole thing with like, allegedly, you can put your garlic cloves into boiling hot water, let it sit there for like 10 minutes, and supposedly these skins will be super easy to take off. Has not worked for me. I've only tried it once or twice though, and maybe I didn't leave it in there long enough. Maybe I was impatient. So I'm gonna give it the old college try, the third one, the third time, and see if it works. If it works, great. If it doesn't, I forgo my humanity and any other future attempts at that. So I'm getting the hot water going now. Hopefully that'll be good. Our birthdays are one day apart. I think you're one day behind me, but we're not the same age because I think you were younger by like a year. So I think you were 89, I was 88, if I remember correctly. But yeah, we're like, you're a day behind me if I remember correctly. So I think you're sick. Well, you're also sick. Because you are a fucking rad guy. Yo, Joe Q Public. The cooking's going good so far. We're just all in the preparation stage right now to make a spice rub for the, the pork. The thing I'm looking at right now. The pork. So, just getting to that first step. I'm cooking so many things tonight, so it's gonna take a while just because I'm chatting and having a great time with you all. Oh, 16. Yeah, this SCDQ shirt is sick as hell. I love it a lot. I got this and I got the yellow telephone shirt from Link's Awakening. That shirt is super, super good. And I already saw the shirt I want this year. I always get the main show shirt, at least one of those. I usually get one tank top, and then I'll get one other shirt that really appeals to me. And I haven't looked through the whole site yet, but I'm pretty sure the Kinshiro one is going to be that last shirt. Unless it comes in a tank, because that'd be a perfect tank also. Did I not get the salmon recipe several times? No, you did. Okay. I don't know why you didn't feel like you did, but let's see. Olive oil, because that's just super simple. I'm gonna save that for like last-ish. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm actually using lemon zest, but not the lemon juice yet. Interesting. Okay, no problem with that. That makes life easier for me. All right. Zester. Alright, here's a dumb question for you all, right? So any of you who played Final Fantasy VIII, I've had this conversation for some odd-ass reason. Of the Final Fantasy VIII characters, playable characters, which one would be the best cook? Which one do you think would be the best cook? Because I think it'd be Irvine. Because he has nothing else going for him, so he has to be good at cooking, right? I mean, outside of him being pretty, of course, but, you know, if he wants to score anything else besides date number 0.05, he has to be able to cook. Also, he's like a cowboy. That's really cool. Then enjoyed GDQ today, saw a bunch of Sonic games. Yeah, the Sonic block earlier today was insanely good. 2 world records back to back? What the hell? Turns out playing for an audience of 100 to 200,000 people is the way to go. I guess it helps that you don't have a live audience behind you, and otherwise it's just very much like, you know, streaming, basically. Okay. I'm just doing 1 lemon, by the way. I think it said 1 teaspoon or whatever. Yeah, right? Having to follow this 2 Sonic runs is insanely taller. Like, imagine the nerves on the Sonic Mania streamers like, shit! 2 world records? Now I have to get a world record? This is bullshit. Alright, so we boiled our water. It's ready to go. It's not gonna get much hotter. I'm gonna pour it in, and I'm gonna leave it. Why would television lie to me? That'd be ridiculous. Alright. But I'm wondering if this might be an issue of, since we're at a higher elevation, maybe the water doesn't get to a hot enough degree so that it works the same way as it would like closer to sea level. That's my theory, but you know, I'm gonna try. Oh, dab twice. Yeah, you have to keep me honest on that because I can only catch up on so much on chat. So, also, I finally, after so much freaking work, finally got access to the gym here, and I went for the first time yesterday, and it's been a while since I used the gym, so my upper body is dead. It is hurting right now. I'm definitely getting some robotic motion in me. Alright, so let me catch up here real quick so I can see what the answers were. Salmon, I think. Some of the tanks are dope. Salmon recipe, no, okay. So, let's see, GDQ, and which one? All of the quiz this. See, quiz this I feel like is the easy answer, right? She seems like she has her shit together, but I think she'd be the second worst cook. Look, we all know that Squall can't cook, alright? Let's just accept that Squall cannot cook. He does not know how to make anything. He will burn water. Zell could. Zell lives with his mom still. So, or his mom's like right around the corner. He probably just like picks up tips to impress people. But it's probably just not like, he doesn't have like the knack for cooking, but he's probably like a solid cook just based on like, well, this is my mother's secret recipe. Because Zell's mom is probably like one of the best cooks in the game. Like, considering all the characters. Alright, I'm just getting the rest of this since, you know, Lemon's not gonna get any prettier, so. And also with doing zest, put it down to the white, move on. Don't try to grind the white. That's really, really pulpy, not as delicious, not as much flavors coming from that because you want the oils from the outside, so on and so forth. Quizziz would be the best baker. I didn't think about that, actually. Who would be the best baker, actually? Quizziz probably would. She's very logistically smart. She's very logical. So, but Squall, I don't think Squall would. I don't think Squall would. He's definitely the kind of person who's just like, I eat because it gives me sustenance type of guy. Only after he, you know, gets married to Rhinoa and stuff like that does he realize, oh, food can taste good too, and be nutritionally beneficial. So, but I would also guess Irvine. Also, I'm catching up, Cat. Those Jim Fake Team movements, yeah. So I'm envisioning a hot dog, try to cook through the microwave cooking. He would, but he would master microwave cooking is the thing. I think Zell would master microwave cooking 100%. Like, if for some reason, like, his mom was away from home and he needed to eat something, he could microwave cook something, like, perfectly. He knows all the tips and tricks for it. He knows that, like, if you take an egg and you cook it in the microwave for, like, 21 seconds and put a plate over it, you can make a quick egg. He knows random, half useless shit like that. Yeah. Fine. It says 1 tablespoon, not 1 teaspoon of lemon zest. So, I'll just get another lemon. Doesn't ever hurt to have too much lemon zest, let's be real here. Out of the playable characters, Sorceress Ada. She's not... Is she playable? She's not playable anytime, is she? I'm thinking through that now, Empress. Japanese anime quizzes would be incredibly competent at work and incredibly at home trope, probably. I can see that, though. I don't think quizzes will be, by any meaning of the sense, bad, ever. So... I think quizzes would be really, really strong. Quizzes can mimic every meal. Oh shit, you're right. Wait, no, a monster has to cook it. And since Quina is not in that world, she can't copy his movement. So therefore, she has to find a monster that can cook. So if she makes it to the Final Fantasy IX world, she instantly becomes the best cook. You're right. You're absolutely right. But if she never makes it to the Final Fantasy IX world, where she was not, well, both of them are not in that one fighting arena game for Final Fantasy, a Dissidia. So, technically, she cannot become the best cook. Squall eats protein bars and even milk. Yeah, that's definitely a Squall thing. He just eats he has like a box of Quest bars and he just eats it and like halfway knows his macros a little bit. But yeah, baking is a very different skill set than cooking, and that's why I think Quizzes would be much better at baking than overall cooking. It's definitely a conversation that we have a lot about, where in the latest season of Great British Baking Show, Crochet Hook had noted that they didn't reduce much cooking in that season, and I think at that point that makes sense, just because it's like, you know, well, yeah, you don't really... It's kind of a different skill set, being able to actually cook something that goes into a bread and actually making the bread itself. If you want to be the best baker, you don't have to also be like a competent, extraordinarily competent cook at the same time. It judges on a different set that doesn't really judge their baking. It unfairly judges their baking, I should say. But, let's see, Irvine could hunt some game, but probably won't take the shot and come back with nothing but takeout. But what if he comes back with takeout and disguises it as his own cooking? Delightfully devilish, Irvine. As Headmaster Sig comes up. Well, despite your directions, I finally made it here. Why do you live in a tent outside the school? What the hell's going on in there? Ultimate weapon. What? Ultimate weapon! At this time of year, in this location, centralized directly into your tents. You're like, yes. Master Sig would be like, can I run away from it? No. Alright. Let's go with that for now. I'm getting a little bit lazy and I need to go faster. Or just, oh no, I got plenty of lemons. We are plenty good. I'm just being lazy. Fine, hold me to it. I will grind more lemons because we have a fuck ton of lemons anyway. So I might as well. But yeah, they avoid the savory challenges for sure in that. Cooking is art, baking is science. Yeah. Oop. One good tip for zesting lemons, by the way. Make sure you take off the sticker first. That was an older lemon we had, so I definitely want to go through this one for sure, but I know at least all the lemons I picked up did not have sticks on them. So what the hell, Ty? I'm out here talking about who's the best cook at Final Fantasy VIII. We're having a very serious conversation, and then you come in because you gave up on snowboarding kids, which I don't blame you. That game was whooping ass. I forgot how much that game kills the player. How's it going, buddy? How you doing? Thank you all for joining in. Name's Ryudo. I am a variety streamer, even though this is normally beyond my variety, but thanks to a set number of very gracious people, every 10 subs, I do a cooking stream. As of Saturday, I owe 4 cooking streams, so I figured this is a perfect time to get started on it while everyone's doing AGDQ and stuff like that. So, happy to have you in here. Definitely support AGDQ, and definitely sit back, relax, and enjoy as I complain about cooking certain things, and make very serious conversation about who the best cook in Final Fantasy VIII is. But, yo, and also, I'm trying to keep up with the follows because I only have so much screen space, but, thank you for the follow, 200SC. I actually misread that at first. I'm like, 200cc? Hell yeah, I play it all the time in Mario Kart. It turns out that, it's SC, and that doesn't actually work. What is Cypher level of cooking at? B. You know what? I think Cypher would be good at cooking because Cypher is the kind of guy who's very prideful and he doesn't want to lose. And so at that point, he would just be like, I'm learning to cook out of spite just to prove that I'm much better than Squall or whoever else the hell else may be in there. Yo, Shinigami 101, thank you much. I took your class back in college, got a perfect A because you were such a great professor. Thank you much for the follow, greatly appreciated. Alright, we're going some social salt here, real quick here. So it's 2 tablespoons, right? I'm a little bit lazy about this sort of thing. So we're just going to do it says 2 teaspoons, excuse me. It takes 3 teaspoons to make a tablespoon. I also feel a lot of recipes are undersalted, and we're using a kosher salt. So I'm going to use a little bit more, just to make sure I cover all my bases on that. Yo, Mamako, how's it going? Happy Monday to you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the follow. I thought you were already following me a long time ago. Also, Bertlesby, how's it going? Thank you much for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Or maybe it's Bertles bye. I don't know. But I don't want to say bye to you because you just came in. I'm happy to have you. Getting hosted, maybe I have to wiggle my browser. Yeah, browsers have a lot of issues with like hosting and moving people over properly, and then you're stuck in your own chat versus talking in the actual chat. It works like on one end, but it doesn't work on the other end where you're actually interacting with the people who are already there. Twitch is a thing for sure. Oh, right, I need to do that. Alright, I need to make more ground pepper. Also, with any spice, once again, if you have a spice grinder or you want to up your level of cooking anyway, in the easiest way possible, get a spice grinder. Grind your own spices, everything tastes so much freaking better. It tastes so good. Let's see here. Oh, thank you. So we have some peppercorns here. Super easy, super simple. Just get your spice grinder.
Okay.
There we go. Gentle Jaws, so thank you much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Happy to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Having a good Monday. Treating your friends with the most gentle heart possible. It's in the name. You got it. You got to do it. Well, you can do it. Let's see. Laguna could be a cook. Oh, Laguna could be a late stage cook. Once he became a family man, he definitely became a cook. Alright. One tip I've also learned with using spice grinders and stuff like that is that you don't want to fill it all the way because after a while, it doesn't really grind any better. So you definitely want to just do it 1/4 of the way full and then grind from there, especially bigger chunks like something like peppercorns. So, also, volume warning, because I'm about to grind. It's not too loud, but just in case you have headphone users and stuff like that, Don't want to blow your ears out because this hit a specific pitch. Oh yeah, Torm. The wall splash with the countertop it's really, really good. It's really seriously good. I like this a lot. Like, this kitchen's super, super nice. We definitely glowed up in the world. Alright, here we go. Oh, okay, so if there was a cooking team show, like some Shogeki no Soma shit, if there was a cooking show and they had teams of 3, that team, bar none, would be the best damn team out there. 100% guaranteed. Like, there is no way no one's beating that team. Between the 3 of them, they are the perfect team. And that's talking outside the kitchen. Inside the kitchen, they're unstoppable. They all cover each other's weaknesses and knowledges super, super well, and they work together as like a comedic group. They're perfect. They're 10 out of 10. I love them. I wish the game was about them. But don't tell Squall that. He'll cry. The funnel.
I don't know if that got moved yet.
Oh, well, that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Funnels are usually easier to work with, but if you don't have a funnel, also, another person. It's fine. It's fine. I'm already started.
Okay.
Also, fun tip. If you ever use your spice grinder for like coffee and stuff like that, and I'm not a coffee expertise at all, so I'm going off the spared knowledge of other folks, do not use it for too long. The thing about spice grinders is they get very, very warm. Occasionally hot if you hold it for too long. So it changes the flavors, allegedly, because once again, I'm not the coffee guy, but allegedly changes a lot of the flavors in the coffee because it gets really warm. So you want to use like different specific coffee grinders that don't up the temperature, you grind it yourself, so on and so forth. So, just a little fun knowledge there at the same time. Oh, what the hell? Miranda also with the raid. Hell yeah. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a low-key Monday. No one's gonna pop in. Everyone's watching AGDQ. It's no big deal. Oh, everyone's raiding today. Sweet. Every time I think I'm gonna be low-key, I'm never, ever low-key. Can you cook with candy? Hell yeah. No, I really can't, actually. I just eat candy because I have a big sweet tooth. So, honestly, no, I can't. Thank you much for the raid. Hella appreciate it. Hella appreciate that the God Destruction 22B RBLX has not destroyed my stream, but instead followed it. So I'm protected by God now. I am the most powerful stream out there. Let that be known to all of you. God protects me. And if you don't agree, the God Destruction will come down your way. Alright, so... talking about coffee notes to raid. I know! I honestly almost missed Ty Tuesday's raid because I was just talking about Final Fantasy VIII Best Cook. We're still talking about it. That conversation has not ended at the same time. Alright, 2-inch teaspoons of ground pepper. The thing about fresh ground pepper is that you actually don't want too much of it. You want a decent amount, of course, but you don't want too much of it because this stuff slaps. Like, it hits your tongue hard. It is fresh, it is fragrant. It definitely gets those aeration going. If you ever hear anyone say that pepper is spicy, 1, feel bad for them, but 2, it might be because it's fresh pepper, and that stuff actually has a little bit of a kick to it. It legitimately has a little bit of a kick to it, so it's pretty nice. Yo, Sophie Iva, how's it going? I hope it's pronounced Iba as in Kaiba, which is hopefully close enough to Kaiba Corp, which means that you can give me 200,000 Blue Eyes White Dragons, which is probably actually less expensive than actually giving me $200,000, which is originally where the joke was going to go. But I appreciate it. Thank you much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes. Let's see if the moment of truth happens. So, for those of you who popped in, by the way, there was a technique I saw in a Netflix show. If I can remember the name of it, I would tell you about it, but I can't. Where they take garlic and skin, not bulbs, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't matter. And they put it in hot cloves, thank you. They put it in water, and allegedly this makes it for the skin to be really easily removed. It's just wet. Let's see, hold on. It's just wet. I'm thinking that it doesn't work at our higher elevation, so for those of you who may not know, that's okay. For those of you who don't know, I live in Colorado, higher elevation, a mile above sea level. So water boils earlier up here, so the temperature doesn't get as hot. So usually, if you want to be a really comparable cook to other people who are at lower sea levels or closer to sea level, you want to have a like an Instapot or something like that. Something that's a steam pressure cooker, so that definitely helps a lot. It's not bad, but it's definitely not as smooth as they made it look like on TV. It's definitely a little bit of effort still, nonetheless. Just smash it with the flat of the knife, but that's probably not great for knife. I think about look, if you have a decent knife that won't randomly fall apart, then yeah, you're good to go. Give me half and I'll help with this task. Oh, I mean, that's fine. If you feel so inclined, I will not say no. Go ahead and pull them all, just so we have peeled garlic for later.
Got it.
Awesome. Thank you much. Everyone, give a shout out to Crochet Hook. I can't say to follow her necessarily because, you know, she barely uses Twitch and let alone barely knows anything about video games, which would probably actually make her a really great streamer, but don't tell her that.
Right here.
But, you know, definitely give her a shout out. She's been a wonderful partner. Norg needs to go into a fit and bam, he made eggs and egg. He has 2 eggs. He can make 2 eggs. And then that's kind of it. That's it. Microwave it or something? Yeah, I'm not trying to cook the garlic though. Also, I'm trying to catch him in chat because I'm really far behind. Yeah, the power of God and more God on your side. Thank you, Marin. I greatly appreciate that. By the way, the hell of the raid. Words are hard today. I've only had 3 cups of coffee. I will use my coffee. Yes, that's an anime reference I get. Russian as a cook. I'm stealing your PJ Bonds, by the way. Oh shit, yeah. You have to come and fight me for it over my dead body, Miranda. And I think I can take you in a fight, both fighting games and real life fighting. So good fucking luck. You can try though. And then after I defeat you in combat, we can have dinner. We'll chill for a bit. We'll have a good time. We'll shoot the shit. I'm sure we would have a very good time cooking and all that sort of stuff. No, these pants definitely slap though. I meant to look in the code, turn in the man. Machine guns. The theme song while cooking, and it got burned by the rain. You love to hear it. That's so good. Also, no spoilers tag? Oh yeah. See, the thing about spoilers tagging, or putting up tags, is that when you go on the phone, it doesn't give you the options to change the tags. So I get whatever my last stream's tags were, which was Doom. So it's like, no spoilers. This recipe's gonna turn out great. You can't spoil it for me. Alright, so we just need a little bit of cumin.
Hey!
The cat is being an ass. And I snap at the cat and it usually gets her to at least consider that what she's doing is incorrect and I'm going to go get her. But that time she slowed down right at the edge of the table, just like really thought about it.
You were really far, but she had to jump.
Alright, so a little bit of cumin seed. Also, I've gone long since past the ideology of measuring everything out. Only the really important stuff, and I'm just kind of doing everything by eye. It was 1 teaspoon? That's it? Gross. We're doing like 1.5 teaspoons. There we go. Well, that was now 2 because I hit it a little bit hard the last bit, but it doesn't say ground cumin seeds either, so that's the part that really surprises me, quite honestly. Man. Oh, no spoilers. I didn't even get that far in. I'm reading too fast. Sorry, see, I thought... It looks like I spoiled your joke. Cheers, friend. I am a black belt in Taekwondo, though. Yes, but... Also, what if I'm just literally insane? That's my fighting technique. That's it. That's how Goku do. Kick each other's asses and become best buds later. Exactly. Also, it's worth fighting. These pants are worth fighting for. I have to fight for my life. I have to get the puppy eyes. I own a cat. I cannot be swayed out of these pants simply by puppy dog eyes. Oh god, don't spoil the food. Dad mode activated. Alright, the last thing I need is the garlic. So, since that's being peeled right now, and let me just double check, because I oftentimes just like jump around. Oh, and olive oil, of course, but I can pop that in right now. Olive oil doesn't. It's only 2 tablespoons, actually. No. Once again, I'm a huge freaking shill for this onion oil that I made. I have to make more. Only 2 tablespoons. How much do I need? You know what? No, I'm gonna save it because I need it for another recipe that I'm making. So let's definitely just pop in just like 2-ish tablespoons. And by 2-ish, I mean I'm eyeballing this until I'm happy with the amount. There we go, that's good enough. Awesome. Even complete with the water. I can make garlic water now, finally, after all this time. Garlic honey is really good, by the way. If you want to make something really good that will impress your friends, definitely get some garlic honey. You just take garlic, you kind of crush it with the end, like what Drew Check said a little bit earlier. You kind of crush it just a little bit, just a smidge, and then you just put it into a whole thing of honey, and then you get a lot more garlic honey than this. Clearly, it was good, we used it, but definitely give that a try. Super simple, super easy, super delicious. Super sticky. Put it on a plate because it's fermenting, so it kind of makes that a little bit of an issue too. Alright, now that we actually have these, I can go ahead and use the slap chop again! We get 2 uses of the slap chop today, that's insane. I've realized that I'm starting to like a lot more chunkier garlic instead of like using the garlic press. Alright, also I'm going to teach you another cooking trick that you all should know, but if you don't. Alright, it says 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. I'm going to try double that. That looks like 4-ish tablespoons of minced garlic if I make it. There we go. My cat keeps jumping. Just keeps on until you go parental rant on her. Then she acts like you're being terribly mean for some reason. At least your cat feels like she has shame for what she does. Our cat, she doesn't get it. She just refuses, absolutely refuses to get it. So we try to punish her in like very small ways. That's very correlated with she did action. This is kind of the punishment. And you know, we pick her up, rub her belly, touch her toes. She hates all that shit. And the first thing you have to, she can't claw her new couch, right? She claws it. We pick her up. We rub her belly, touch her toes. She cries and moans and is having a terrible fucking time. And then the first thing she does, she gets on the ground, makes a mad dash for the couch again. It's like, stop! Literally stop! There has to be a point where you just have to realize that this is actually the causation of what's going on. Oh yeah, that was definitely more than 2 tablespoons. I'm also like, look, you can't, when it comes to something like what's the word I'm looking for? A marinade / rub. It's fine to go a little bit over on liquid because it helps you cover up a little bit more. It doesn't really change the flavor all that much for something light like olive oil, but you're right, it was 100% a lot more. But with garlic too, garlic's just damn good. You just always go over with garlic. 100% is the rule of garlic. Oh, you want 4 cloves? You fool, you buffoon. That is merely the starting point. I will add as much garlic as I please. Alright, and this gives us kind of like a small little rub for the chicken. It's looking pretty good actually for a nice rub. I might add a little bit more olive oil. I mean, it is a rub though, so it should be fine actually. Didn't make as much as I thought I was gonna make though for 4 pounds. That's the part that's stopping me. It looks good, it smells good, everything is very appealing about it, but that seems not very much. It does not seem like much. Alright, well, I guess they didn't really intend for pork chops and they intended a pork shoulder as a whole, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Alright. Everything's covered, just put it in there. Yeah, alright. So this is the super simple part now. You take your meat of choice, but in this case it's pork because that is what I purchased the other day on a whim. And we're going to put it in the baking sheet.
Under the oven.
I mean the baking dish I have over here.
Oh, or that. That's not a sheet though.
Fine.
I was trying to help.
I'm getting well actually by my girlfriend. And put it into the dish, cover it up, put it in the fridge. With marinades, once again, you don't really need to marinate for like a bunch of hours. It doesn't make it more quality if you marinate for like 200 hours or whatever. That really does worse for whatever you're making rather than any better. So really, if you ever need to marinate, you can kind of just marinate for like just a couple hours. It's never a big deal. This will probably go for like 1-ish hour or so. It depends on how long it takes for me to prepare the second part of this. A lot of the juices. So yeah, if you ever have like juices kind of eke out of your meat, Definitely pour it back in. Keep all the juices as much as you can. Always keep the juices. And then put the rest away. There we are. my cat doesn't feel shame. She gaslights me with shame. I know, right? That's the life. I feel like that's if our cat was smart enough to do that, she absolutely would. She's not. 100%. She's just too dumb. Time to sell the couch and buy a cat couch. The thing is, if we buy anything for the cat, she doesn't play with it. We bought her a heated bed. She used it like maybe 3 times. Once, I think I kind of caught her in the act. And then the other 2 times was because we had her, my lady's mom's cat was staying over. Very old cat, has her heated bed of her own, loves that thing. She's just old and doesn't want to be messed with. Once our cat realized that this older cat that she doesn't like for no good reason, doesn't like this bed, or likes this bed, she started sleeping in it so that she could take it away from the old cat. Also, she beat up that cat in the corner of the household too, so our cat's also a prick, on top of everything else. Alright. I'm gonna just kind of scrape this out here. The cat now has opted to jump on the table, which it's not supposed to, and decided that she's gonna try to hide in one of the bags.
Her shame is being on stream.
She does not like this thing.
She doesn't like cameras.
Vampire burrito. Mystery flavor. Blood vampire. Goddammit. Did the pork chops look that much bigger? I mean, okay, out of curiosity, Spectacular SC, where do you reside from? Because I'm wondering if that's maybe just an American thing, honestly, in that our meat kind of looks a lot bit bigger, because we're huge proponents of quantity over quality out here in the US. So I'm wondering if maybe that's an aspect to it. Yeah, so we're just gonna rub our meat with some fine oils, really give it the time and sage wisdom it deserves. Rub your meat all over. Give the meat your love deserves. Ah, yes. Very loud kitty. Yeah, she complains a lot. She absolutely complains a lot. Chat scare the cat. I don't blame her. Yeah. Yo, The Bachelor. I feel like it's a part between dabbing and like The Bachelor. I hope it's a part between that. If not, I ruined it. Do exclamation point recipe, and you'll see the 2 main things I'm cooking tonight. Although if I ever make this again, I'm gonna make some adjustments on the amounts, but that's neither here nor there. Well, it's literally here, but that's for still next time. All right. Just kind of covering everything up just a little bit. Surprised it doesn't use any lemon juice or anything like that, though. That is really surprising to me. Let's see. California, they're used to tasting cleaners for meat. I mean, they're used to getting tasting cleaners for everyday freaking living. Hey, you want to rent this apartment, huh? You want to rent this closet, right? It's like, oh, you're just saying the apartment's small. What apartment? You're renting the closet of an apartment. That'll be $7,000, please, and thank you. So I was like, well, I would like to move to California someday. I need the ultimate connection to make sure I get a job that pays, over 6 figures so I can live out there without murdering myself or someone else for their money. So I'm pretty sure that's how California works out. It's basically like the Highlander. If you kill a person for their apartment complex or their apartment rent, you get it for a fraction of the cost until you kill enough people until you can afford to live there like a normal person at a normal person rate. California's raw. It's gonna. I don't know how you California folks do it. I mean, I guess if you have a livable wage, that's how you freaking do it for California. And then Californians go like, wait, I could just move anywhere else in the world and afford it. And then they do, and then they ruin housing markets in other places. Not saying anything bad out loud. Definitely not in an area where that's happened or anything. Oh gosh. Your house is too expensive. Now your whole town's on fire. Your house is too expensive and it has a high potential of getting destroyed right off the bat. Have fun. But let me wash my hands now. I figured a spectacular said California, since California came up in the chat. My hands were kind of full. Let's see here. I'm California, far NorCal, really? I mean NorCal, but far NorCal. I guess that makes sense. You're quote unquote comparatively remote from like the major cities and whatnot. That said, I do love me some NorCal. Period. Absolutely love some NorCal. Is this content I'm gonna find your OnlyFans? Yeah. Dr. Fat Body, you are my number one fan. How's it going, brother? How you doing? I remember I moved to Hawaii and damn. Colorado's a bug me state due to our agriculture culture. That's a hard word to say. Yeah, constantly saying. How goes the cooking? Yo, 20. It's going good so far. So now I'm kind of catching up on chat. So we have the rub ready. Looks really pretty. We're gonna put that in the fridge for about an hour or so. I mean, really, it's gonna be however long it takes for me to get to the next step of the other recipe I'm making tonight. So, like I say, here's a reason why I say get comfortable tonight, because I'm cooking a lot. And this is usually how I cook for most of my weeks anyway. Where it's just go ahead and cook as much as I can. And I cook like once every 2 weeks or so. Oh, hold on, I just realized there's like a good chunk on my fork. I don't like letting food go to waste. I'm very particular and retentive about this sort of thing. Alright, there we go. Alright, in the baking dish. Put it in the fridge. And then we'll grab our other thing we're making tonight. So we got our fresh fillet of salmon. Yes, Colorado is a landlocked state. No, our fish is not the freshest. But it's all about the flavor you impart onto it. Mostly because we don't have a choice. So, let's get on to that. Let's see. Bugsnax, goddammit. Alexa, see, she's not gonna get it. She doesn't play video games. Or she plays video game. She plays one specific video game, and that's pretty much it. Huge grudge against Cali folks. Yeah. No, I don't blame Organians, I guess is the best way to pronounce that, but Colorado's starting to have some of that same anti-California seasoning, but at the same time, we're getting a lot of good restaurants in more places besides one part of our state because of that. Moving to Vegas, it's buying an extra house and cheaper for fun. Yeah, that's the thing. They can move anywhere else. It's just like, I'm buying a house here because hell, why not? Oh, that's ridiculous. Wi-Fi. Yeah, NorCal. Mama called a little bit too late. Like, NorCal? Yo, fuck NorCal. It's like, don't you live there? Fuck NorCal. Prices are so expensive. Living here is a pain in the ass. That said, shout out to Mamako. When I was visiting her and her man, they were taking me out for good food, and I'm pretty sure, like, we walked down, like, one street to get to this one specific restaurant, like, 3 blocks down. And I'm sure, like, every single restaurant we passed by was probably a banger. And at least on, like, every half or quarter block had, like, a line out leading out of the restaurant. I was like, damn, California is built different. That's why I'm like, if I have a very livable wage for California, I would love to move there. Much better consistent weather. I mean, the state's on fire. That sucks, but we're on fire here, too, in Colorado, so that's not much of a big difference for me. And consistently good, heavily Asian-influenced food, unless you go south, which you get more of the Hispanic-style influenced food. Not to say it's close at all, but, you know, it definitely would make for a nice little thing, too. Alright, so this is a much simpler recipe. This is going to be a honey pineapple salmon. I'm just pulling up the recipe here, because I'm not very good with salmon. We very rarely use it. Like I said, we're a landlocked state. We don't often buy it. It's expensive to buy it here. I want to make sure that I fucking do it right. Oh, wow. I lucked out. I mostly lucked out. When I was going to grocery shopping, my lady put on the list of the stuff that we need for it, but she didn't put the amounts that we need for it. So I had to just take a bunch of wild guesses. It turns out I was actually right on the amount that the recipe put for the salmon. So that means ratio-wise, this should be fine. I can make up the rest if I go along. I just look at my viewers. Nice, I have 69 viewers. I'm an adult. So this should actually work out pretty good. Oh, no, there's one more thing I want to do. Shit, before I start on this. There's one more thing I need to do. Alright, so I have a special way of making sweet potatoes that I really do enjoy. First, and it's pretty simple, super easy. Actually, I probably need to get a pan out instead of the cutting board. Let me move that real quick. See? Very quiet, relaxing stream. Alright, so, sweet potatoes, super simple. First you want to line your pan with some aluminum foil. And you can do this at home too, you know. If you're trying to eat healthy and stuff, because I know it's a new year, some people are trying to do the whole healthy eating thing. And some of you folks may know from me outside of the stream that I do a lot of fitness stuff and I do a lot of healthy eating stuff and whatnot. This is a very simple and it's more of the style of preparation that really works well for this recipe. Quote unquote recipe. It's not even really a recipe, it's more of a technique overall. Alright, so sweet potatoes. Let me actually move this back a bit. I have a sink right here, I'm washing off. Don't need to go crazy with it. There's that. And there's a reason I'm starting this right now, and I will explain shortly. You can kind of dab them dry a little bit, not super necessary, but I have the paper towel anyway, since I just wash my hands with it. I'm kind of a person like that, so, you know, if you like to keep the two things separated, I understand. I am always not that person. Alright, also I need to catch up on chat too, because I have not caught up. Oh, Korea, damn. Has been halted, even though North America's the ones who caught the fish. It's about to invest in a processing plant, and it's so different. Yeah, that sounds like America! That sounds like us. Also, what's up, Tina Hacks? How's it going? Happy Monday to you. Hope you're doing well. I know you're a big proponent of the whole HDQ, and I hope you're enjoying that. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do, very simply. I'm using my onion oil. You can use any oil. Doesn't matter. Honestly, doesn't matter. But use your favorite oil. You just kind of pour a little bit on top. A little bit, I say, as I put a gallon on there. You just kind of rub it down. Give your taters a nice rub down, just to cover it. You just want to make sure you get it nice and glossy all over. Wash your hands again because oil. There we go. There's no business that mixes it down. Oh shit. Dude, shitting me down the weak. Not even like a Burger King. It's a weak Burger King. It's a burger prince. It's a burger jester. Oh, that sucks. Alright. Then, honestly, you just salt and pepper it. And then you put it in the oven at like 250 to 275 degrees for like 2 hours. Just let it sit. Slowly roast. Let it caramelize those sugars at a very slow pace. And then, I'll tell you at the end here, and then at the end, you put it on you move it up, and you put it right under the broiler for like 2 minutes to really get a nice crisp, charred top on the sweet potatoes. And then you're good to go. It's super easy. You don't have to peel it or nothing. It's just good to eat from the get-go. You don't have to do anything special. The only thing I'm really doing special here for this one, and there's plenty of stuff I've experimented with, you kind of pour it on there. You don't have to go too crazy. Just kind of make sure it's generally covered. And I will tell you what I'm using here in a second. And you can rub it on there if you so choose. You can just kind of pour it on there, however you decide. The techniques are yours and yours alone. I know I'm like aging myself by quoting Legends of the Hidden Temple stuff, but that's just my age group, and that's just what I do best. Alright. So what I'm using here is there's a Chinese pepper, I guess you call this, from the Sichuan province called Szechuan pepper. And so you take that and you take like 2/3 of the salt of it. I mean, you balance it out however makes you happy. And you put it in the pan and you just roast it for like, I don't know, till it gets short of smoking, I guess, is the best way to put it. It's been a while since I made any because we learned it a long time ago. And I kind of roll it in the leftovers, dredge it in the leftovers out here just because, catch everything. And then you have roasted salt and pepper, Chinese salt and pepper. And it's super good, super versatile. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I just realized the end of this potato is not good at all. Let me just chop that off real quick. That was really bad. And as long as the inside, oh, that's bad. All right, so unfortunate lesson. Sometimes potatoes are like this. You can kind of see in here, it's a little bit gross, I know, but there's a little bit black spot in there. If you have that, try to cut it out. If it runs deep, you just kind of gotta get rid of it. It's gone bad, essentially. It's what it is. It's what it is. I quote Almec all the time. Hell yeah, Valkyrie, you love to hear it. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay, cool. We lucked out. So, very fortunately, you can see that black spot right there. But on the other side, clean. So, we saved the rest of the potato, thankfully. But definitely, if you see any black spots like that, cut it off. Get rid of it. Let it go. Don't be trying to fool around with your stuff like that. Keep yourself healthy. And really, that's it. You don't need to cover it or nothing. Just put it in the oven. My oven's already set at 275. I did it at the very beginning of the stream. Pop it in. It'll slowly caramelize and cook over the next 2 hours or so. But the really good part about it is that if you ever need to put anything else in the oven, you totally can. It's completely available. You can turn up the temperature up and down around it. It just needs to cook for a long time. It really helps us at a lower temperature, sure, but if you need to up the temperature for any reason, for anything else, which will be the fish in this case, that's fine too. That said, I'm going to put a timer on for an hour just to see how far along it gets, and then I can kind of judge it a little bit better when I get to that point. But, oh yeah, roasted Szechuan pepper is so good. Oh god, yeah. I don't know if all of you know, I've shared it a few times, but I did study abroad in Beijing for half a year or so. So I'm very familiar with Szechuan cooking, because that was always the big thing in Beijing. Szechuan this, Szechuan that, spicy this, spicy that. And it was really good. I mean, no, don't get me wrong, it was extremely good. Especially when you kind of get it on every street corner. Very similar to like going to Japan if anyone's been out that way too. So, I highly suggest traveling and try it someday if you ever get the opportunity. That numbing spice, yeah. I had to go to some places, Tina, and I had to learn how to say like no of their pepper. I can't remember it now, but I was like, some of these places really overdid it though. There's like, the only thing I can taste is the numbing of this pepper. Please, feed me anything else. I want to eat the food, not, you know, have a lack of mouthfeel through all of it instead. It was really, really rough. All right, 2 even pieces. Okay. I'm going to be very, very adamant on this one, though. Like, if it says to do a thing, I'm going to do the thing. Very, very adamantly. Because, once again, I don't work with salmon very often. It's super expensive out here. So, I don't want to fuck around and mess up the salmon in some way, shape, or form. Just put that tail in over there real quick here. And I'm going to grab another paper towel with my hands. Where's my actual normal towel? I usually have a what I call a butt towel, so you have it like in your pocket. Actually, this has pockets. And you just kind of reach your hand and wash, clean on that. But I usually have it on my back pocket. These don't have back pockets, so makes sense. Current song? Wait, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work, Valkyrie, at all. You're actually listening to my Google Nest. That's way long ago when I actually used song requests, so I don't know what that is, but knowing the guy who suggested it, it's a good song. Arknights has a good OST, he put me onto it, so definitely listen to whatever that song is, but that's totally not what's playing right now. What's playing right now is the Yatabe Track Day, I think is what it's called, Yatabe Track Day, like fusion jazz collection. It's a super good Japanese fusion jazz collection. And I highly suggest it also. Alright, I'm cutting this into 2 pieces. It might be easier if I actually... I don't know, it's actually fine. It's cut through. It's just a little bit hard with the edge there. But it'll work fine. No, maybe. Allegedly. There we go. Alright, so we got 2 pieces. They want me to do that for some reason. Yo, can I get you an apron? I mean, I got aprons. They're like in a pile back here. I can wear the apron though. Don't worry, I don't need an apron. I got the best apron. Alright, there we go. Oh, yo, Baked with Stew, how's it going? Thank you much for the follow, greatly appreciate it. Appreciate you joining in. There we go. It's really hard to do because this is a comedic one, so it doesn't actually have like ties that actually reach around to the front very well. Because you need to wrap around your back, it doesn't work. So you have to actually like... It's like stuck on my finger and I can't get the loop through. Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it was Hey Holmes' idea, actually. He's the one who pushed me towards actually getting this apron. So there we go. So now we're flexed up on stream. Don't tell the Twitch cops, they will ban me and I'll have to move to OnlyFans and, you know, I'm not ready for that life yet. JDQ's worship started working out. Alright. Alright, so I need another large sheet pan, but I didn't use my large one yet. So, let me fetch it out real quick. Now that I'm all aproned up. But realistically, I really wanted to show off my support for the GDQ that's going on. Which also, if you all have any time this week, or anything available to support, definitely support GDQ. They've always been doing great stuff. And maybe one day, I'll be on the couch again. I'll have a second run on the couch. And I can say things. And by saying things, I mean be extraordinarily quiet because my friend wanted me to be there for emotional support during her run. And I'm like, I know nothing about this game. It is also like 6 a.m. in the morning, and I have a few minutes before I have to go to my internship. It was really good though. Yo, spectacular! Oh, spectacular SC. Okay, I'm like, the text is getting small, why? Thank you much for the follow, greatly appreciate it. I'm glad that the flex got you to hit the next on the follow button. Greatly appreciate it. Happy to have you here. You've been chatting it up real good and everything, and I'm legitimately happy to actually have you here. Thank you for adding to the conversation. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, the Sonic block this morning was absolutely insane. I'm really glad I got to watch it this morning. That was about the only time I got to watch it today. I watched the end of Turok, then I watched the Sonic runs back to back. Then I had a long meeting, and then I realized I fucked up on something at work, and then I had to focus on that. So I just turned my monitor off and just listened to music. I had to catch up for myself. Okay. So we have that. Alright. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm reading the recipe right now. It doesn't say, but I'm probably going to do it. It doesn't say to remove the skin on the bottom, but I'm wondering if the pineapple rings laid out on the foil is kind of supposed to be the aspect that makes it not stick to the pan. Once again, I don't work with fish very often, so I'm kind of like, normally I cook it on skin, just because I'm that kind of person, and I can just remove it later on when it's easy. It works as an insulation for the rest of the fish. I know that much, but that's about where it all ends. I'm going to trust it and just say I can probably keep the skin on, but it seems weird that I would line the bottom with pineapple and not actually use that? I don't know. You ever chop an acorn squash in half and throw it in the oven? Oh, I haven't, but my lady has. She loves that. Oh, god damn it, spectacular. That's why I was having so much trouble. But there's something wrong with the name. Did I just forget how to say spectacular? I get it now. You clever person, you. Alright, that's 10 out of 10. I love it. So yeah, I assume the pineapple is going to give me some steaming action. So to me, I wouldn't want the insulation of the salmon skin. I mean, I feel like that makes sense, right? I feel like that makes sense, yeah. But leave the skin on the salmon. Keep the skin on? Okay. I will leave it on. The thing with leaving it on at the very least is that, I don't reverse the curse necessarily. It won't do anything bad per se. I've gotten wrong at least once, even Ty. Yeah, and Ty's a seasoned streamer. I say that because he's streamed for a long time, but also he knows how to cook too. I've had some of his cooking before. It's extremely good. He has a sous vide machine, and he showed it off at an event that I hosted. Oof, that was a good night. But he definitely had some regrets because he's like, oh, I'll make like this amazing taco pork for everyone. We're gonna use the sous vide. It's gonna be great. And he cooked it for like the 16 whatever amount of hours to actually make it happen and all that sort of stuff. And then at the end of it, he's like, I'm like, all right, I collect a lot of money for the event, and it's like, all right, how much do I owe you for the pork? He's like, oh, it's fine, it's no big deal. And then he kind of came back to me later. He's like, I'm not doing that again. No, I'm happy to have done what I did, but it's also really fucking expensive. I'm like, yeah, you should have just asked for the money back, but it's mine now. And by it's mine, this means I went to the other expenses that I underplanned for. Oh gosh, sous vide is a cheat code for cooking. I support it 10 out of 10. I am all about sous vide cooking. Oh no! I'm one ring short. Sonic the Hedgehog would be pissed. I'll never be a Sonic speedrunner. Oh yeah, and Ty knows how to make food monstrosities, but that comes from not just him being like, oh, it's Ty Tuesday. He likes to do stupid dares and bets and stuff like that. It comes from it's Ty Tuesday. He likes to do stupid dares and bets, but he also knows how to actually make good eats. He actually knows how to make good food. Oh gosh. So my favorite stream needs to pop into is when Ty gets on about food and cooking. Yeah. I have never really heard him get really into food before, but I would definitely like to hear him talk more about food. Because we've had a few conversations, but most of it's like we agree on the same things because we have very similar styles and experiences. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Rooms of 2. Oh. Well, that doesn't matter. Whatever. One corner will just not have one. That's so frustrating. Like, you could probably see it over there, but I gotta show it for all of you out there who gets tilted by this sort of thing, because I also get tilted by this sort of thing. Yeah, just one nice corner missing. Literally one ring. One less ring. And it's because of that, it's not like I can even it out in a different way. It's just one ring short, and that's the end of the technique. So, just gonna hold that L. I'm gonna breathe in, breathe out. Touch my chest a little bit. All right, let's go. All right, so remaining pineapple rings. Oh, I see why they actually want me to do that now. That makes sense, actually. I should have read the third step. I'm really bad at recipes sometimes when I'm multitasking. Alright, I see what they want me to do. It's still not much, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let me see if I can just get kind of like in rows of 2. There we go. Alright, and they said take the remaining pineapple rings, so I probably need a little bit more pineapple, but whatever.
I can go get some.
No.
Okay.
No, because that will take way too long for how late I'm going to be cooking for.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Alright, so we're taking the remaining pineapples and just going to chop them. Probably a stack of pineapples, not the easiest thing to cut, but we're doing it anyway. Just, chopping technique that I will call, that I've stolen from Adam Rosigea. That's how you pronounce his last name, YouTube guy. Oh man, I have a lot of stories about YouTubers recently. I don't know if I should share them though or not because of the context around them. But I'll probably say it anyway, because I really don't know about this guy. But anyway, we're just chopping them up. He has the walk, not run method, which you just make sure that every time you go for a chop, you just slowly and push it down, hit the board, then pull yourself back up and do it very slowly, very egregiously. You don't have to have all the fancy chopping. It really doesn't matter. You don't need to go fancy. Never go fancy if you don't need to. Don't go for speed if you don't need to. You're going to save seconds of time. And unless you're actually mass producing a bunch of like cut onions or peppers or anything like that, that'll save you a lot of time over the course of time. But otherwise, you don't need to go fast. So, eat 2. No, never knows best. No, I'm already short of pineapples. Don't tempt me with a good time. Second roast with short one in the middle. That also works too. I solved the problem by doing the instructions correctly. I don't have much to spare, but I have it left. All right, And remaining pineapple rinse, put into a bowl. In the bowl with pineapple, complete the marinade by adding pineapple juice, melted butter, or ghee. I'm gonna use ghee for that. How much do I need? I probably don't need too big of a bowl, honestly, so we'll just use this one here. Alright, so we're gonna put that in the bowl here, along with all the nice juices that come from this. Alright. I also need ketchup on chat before I use the pan. Yeah. Ragusea. Okay, Ragusea. I'm gonna forget that in 5 seconds, but I do appreciate it. Alright, get all those nice sweet juices in there. Pineapple is a very, very good marinade, by the way. So if you ever need a good marinade, but you don't want to just like use all the same boring, bland lemon lime, pineapple is extraordinarily good. Has a lot of good enzymes in there that are perfect. At the middle row, 50%. Tina Hack's getting into the true programming. She's like, all right, here's the technique. I gotcha. All right, so you can use butter or ghee or oil for this. I'm using ghee because I have it for one, but 2, ghee's cool. That's it. That's the end of the technique. What's wrong with a 5-hour salad? Oh God! Oh God! Oh no! Someone ban Sonic the Guy. No, don't ban Sonic the Guy. He deserves to be here like everyone else. With his monstrous ideas, like Hot Monster. Alright, how much do I need again? I don't know. This one I'm going to estimate because I'm very lazy. Scroll up. How much do you expect from me? How much effort? 2 tablespoons? Oh, that's about what's left in here actually. So that works out. Man, that's all they got. It didn't work. What's the first food experience that you ever had that can recollect? Let me think for a bit. Because honestly, I don't have many bad food experiences. Alright, I do got one though. And you know what, I've held this story back long enough. So if you're in the chat, I'm sorry. I'm gonna spit some truth though. And I hope that you've learned your lesson since then, but we'll see. So one of my friends invited me over for dinner one time. I might have told the story on stream actually, I'm realizing, but invited me over to dinner one time. They were making ramen. I'm like, that's great. Yeah, that's great. 10 out of 10. I love ramen. And so, you know, they're making ramen. And just as context, the roommate is also, at this time, vegetarian. So, it was going to be more of a vegetarian ramen, which, you know, whatever, fine. I don't actually care. I like vegetables a lot, honestly. So, that's great. So, they're making the ramen. He's making the ramen, right? So, I'm going to melt this ghee just a bit, like 7 seconds or so, because it's already clarified butter. It's basically half melted as is. So they're making the ramen, and they're going at it. They have like the stew and the water going and everything cooking inside of it. A lot of, I would say, water-based vegetables in there. You know, your lettuce, your bamboo, whatevers, and stuff like that. And they turn around and like, so as a nutritionalist, like food nutritionalist person, I was going to, I looked at the seasoning packet for the ramen, and I said, this has a bunch of bad shit in it, and I threw it out. Okay, well, you know what, you're not entirely wrong, it's fine, I understand. So, yeah, you threw it out. Okay, great, you're just gonna season it with your own stuff. That's smart, that's great. They didn't season it with their own stuff. This also includes salt. They did not even put salt in there. So I pretty much, and I'm sitting like, he's not adding any seasoning. Why is he not adding any seasoning? Oh God, he thinks he's done. Oh no. So I had, and there were no real extra vegetables on there, so it was a bunch of lettuce and the bamboo shoots and stuff, very water-based vegetables, and so I had hot water with a side of with vegetables dipped in, with more water vegetables dipped into it. It was just water. I had my one bowl. I powered through. I got my hydration for the day, And then I filled myself up with the beer that the other roommate had bought because she's a beer connoisseur. So she bought a bunch of beer. And I'm like, you know, I just want to save some room for all this beer over here. So I'm just gonna save myself for the beer and excuse myself from any seconds. That was a rough one for sure. All right, so that was not as much ghee as I thought it was. That's like 1 tablespoon versus like 2, so I'm a little bit soggy vegetables. Yeah, it was. That's probably one of the worst food experiences I can think of. I have plenty of. Well, not plenty of, but I have a notable bad drink experience, I guess. I can name that one super easily. That comes to my head like just like right away. I don't have to even think about it. It does say 2 tablespoons. Coconut oil, melted butter, or ghee. I really don't want to use coconut oil. I do not like using it for anything. I do not like consuming coconut oil. You're not, from a nutritional standpoint, you shouldn't anyway, but I'm actually going to add a little bit more butter to this. And so, for anyone who's curious, I use Kerrygold butter. It's really good quality. It's probably the best you get in the US without going like completely out of your way, but you can find commonly enough in stores. So, I'm going to take like a bit here, and a little bit here. Once again, going over on this isn't the worst thing in the world. Especially with salmon, you might as well make sure that you get enough fats in there that tastes really good. There we are. Cooked lettuce. Yeah, it was basically just cooked lettuce though. You got a cheeseburger on the way home. I don't think I even ate on the way home because I actually did fill up on beer, and I probably shouldn't have gone home as soon as I did, but the beer was definitely my dinner that night. And it's a story I held back for a while now, but you know, it's been a few years, so if he's in the chat, that's the truth of that. That's the truth of that. It's just what happened. It's coming together. Try not to overcook the butter here. And try to more naturally let it melt a bit more. Oh, what's up, Zero Sleep? How you doing? I'm a better... When you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, sometimes you just gotta mash to get out of the situation. I'm sure you know a thing or two about that. But how's it going, friend? How you doing? Happy Monday to you. Happy New Year to you all. Recipes calls for unsalted butter, aka wax. Melted wax. You take off your glasses for a bit. You're like, are you sure? Are you sure? It's like the recipes that call like, hey, you have like 4 pounds of meat. Use 1 teaspoon of salt. You're like, but why? But why? You understand that I want the flavor to come out and not the flavor to go away. Other people have simple taste, but at least I put some salt or something. Yeah, it's just like, at least some salt, please. I know you have salt here, because the thing is, his roommate is an extremely good cook. Holy crap, she can cook. Like, to put it into perspective, one time she invited me out to have dinner with her, and she was taking care of a friend's pets, or a family friend's pets, for like a week. And she invited me to come out and hang out and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. She's like, yeah, I'll cook dinner. I'm like, hell yeah. So I drove the hour out there to go do that. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're making dinner? Hell yes. And like I said, she was a vegetarian at the time. And the eggplant pasta she made was so freaking good. Oh my gosh, I still think about it to this day. That she is a good freaking cook. Oh man. Alright. What else do I need? Juice. Oh yes, the juice. The other juice. I think this is the right juice. This is the recipe of this particular. Pineapple juice. Oh no, this is not the recipe for this one. Never mind. Never mind. I was wrong. Got the butter, sesame oil. Need that. Apologies, off camera because I did not prepare everything for this recipe. On the other hand. So I'm just kind of making sure that I have everything on the ready. Okay, it's not like that yet. Okay, interesting. Lemon, orange, or pineapple juice. Okay, I think I see what it's asking for. Maybe. This recipe's really written actually kind of weird. All right. 2-ish tablespoons. Once again. Oh, well, I'm almost out. I'm just gonna use the rest of it and excuse me for a second. Okay, Google. Add sesame oil to my shopping list.
All right, I I added sesame oil.
Cool. Alright. Need more of that. Cool. Lemon juice. I had already purchased a bunch of, Why did I think I need so much? Did I need it for my other recipe? Yes. Okay, never mind. Okay, I thought I was absolutely losing my mind for a second there. I'm like, why did I buy orange juice, so much orange juice for this recipe? The answer is, I didn't. It's for the other recipe. This one I expect to use lemon for, all the extra lemons for. Okay, I'm good. All right, I'm getting back to it. I'm rich in the comment regarding coconut oil. I usually cover for Thai curries. So I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. So give me a moment while I squeeze these lemons. Yay! I'm having such a good time. So the thing is like with the whole like trans fat and like stuff like that, and like I might not have my terms right because I'm really not a terminology person. Like trans fats and whatnot, is that really hits hard on the basically not good fats overall. It's really, really dense, and for whatever reason, it's like one of the worst oils out there you can do for you. That said, if you use it occasionally, fine, no big deal. It does not matter. If you use it and you like how it comes out, 10 out of 10, perfect. I personally just don't like it, for one. And for two, when you throw on the nutritional side of it, it's like, if I don't like it in the first place, I should just not really care and use it all that much, because I just really don't like how it comes out. But, let's see, I'm also catching up on chat because my hands have been full. Oh, okay, but first I have to thank AK Mirns for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Doesn't use recipes, but then tries to figure out later, I think. That's how I cook. That's how I I mean, in all fairness, my recipe book does kind of look like that, in all honesty. And I have to go reverse the curse of what I put together. Alright. So, we'll say that was about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. We'll say. Okay. And then we need honey, which is... Also, honey is a very, very good marinade tool, by the way. So, keep that in the back of your head, too, if you're ever cooking stuff and you want to marinate something and you want to get good flavor. Honey is a good way to go. You know what's really good about honey, though? When you can actually find it. Alright, so it's like 2.5 tablespoons. Once again, I'm just kind of eyeing at this point. I don't know the science behind why honey is actually really good for marinades, but it tastes good. It at least tastes good. It could be palm oil. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's a good point, actually, Alexa Programmer. There's nothing wrong. God damn it, Valkyrie, shut the fuck up. God damn it. I'm so pissed. Okay, Szechuan oil. No, Google, no. No, I'd be like, Google, maybe. Google, maybe. We'll see what happens in the next hour. But yes, no, you're right. You're right, Lex Programmer. Palm oil would definitely be a lot worse, for sure. Oh, God. God damn it, y'all. Corgi, too. I have not made myself vibrant. And no, that's definitely the play. Just like, if you're not a person of a certain ethnicity, you probably shouldn't make that joke. Now, the hard part is stopping other people from actually not making the jokes. Enzymatic is a bomb. Enzymatic, maybe that's kind of what the term is for this. Rice vinegar. Ooh, I've never tried rice vinegar and honey. That sounds super good. That sounds super good. Maple, because I'm a Canadian boy. Yeah, if I had more access to maple, I would also use a lot of maple too. I would absolutely use a lot of maple. Alright, what else am I missing? Light brown sugar, more garlic. I'm glad I actually asked for more garlic. Alright, 1 tablespoon light brown sugar, cool. Let me pop this all in here so I can be done with that piece. I should have got a bigger bowl. I know I just told my lesson to myself this about this lesson, and yet here I am, yet again. God, this sesame oil tastes so good, though. All right, what was I doing? Brown sugar. Got plenty of dark apparently. Light. Oh no, the light. Look, I'm gonna set you all straight here real quick. The light's kind of rough right now. It's a little bit dry. I know I have techniques to handle it, but also the softness of the dark brown is so nice right now that I was like, can I just reach in and get this done? Yes? Alright, I'm gonna do that instead. So it'll be dark sugar. It'll have a slightly different flavor, but whatever. It'll be fine. It'll be delicious. Let's put it this way. It'll be delicious no matter what. It'll just be a different type of delicious. Alright, there we go. And then 1 or 2 large garlic cloves. Good joke, recipe. 1 or 2 large garlic cloves. It hurts to laugh, but I will continue anyway. You fool. You buffoon. Yo, clumsy chocobo, I can't believe you stumbled in. One happy accident after another led you here. You love to see it. Thank you much for the follow. Greatly appreciated. There's something in real maple that I love, and a little hint of like that one sensation you take a full spoon of cough syrup. Saw Takai, everybody. You know, that perfect sensation of like taking cough syrup. 10 out of 10. Alright, so I'm taking the rest of that garlic that was peeled earlier, and I'm gonna chop all that up, which is how much ever this is, but garlic is good. Garlic is the ultimate maker. It's like the second most important spice maker. That said, I do have some maple syrup that I have from a friend who brought it over from Canada. The last tournament I got to go to, which was back in March in New York. And normally he brings it to tournaments so he can give it like out to like a bunch of people who traveled in and like just kind of like a small gift. It's his shit. It's what he does, right? The thing is, because this was actually like, honestly, I should not have gone, but this is like weeks before COVID really set into the US moniker. Definitely the streets were a lot more empty in New York of all places. And I super freaking lucked out that I didn't get sick. But honestly, I should have not made the trip. But because of that, a lot of people didn't make the trip either. It was very, very few travel-ins. Makes sense. Tours were already getting canceled at this point. Definitely was a, like, he got there, he's like, shit, I have, like, no one to give these to, and he forgot to give them to people. And, like, man, if there was only some culinary person who really would respect and enjoy the fact that he had, you know, 6 small bottles of maple syrup, boy, that sure would be horribly convenient for you, wouldn't it? Who's staying in your hotel room, who's one of the last 2 people who haven't flown back on their trip yet, either. And he finally gave it to me. So I had like 6 small bottles of maple syrup. I've been going through them as of late. Oh, it's so good. It's so freaking good. And like Coca-Cola too. Oh, isn't that just like carbonation? I don't know. I don't have enough maple accessible, I guess, to really taste it out. But I do like maple. Maple's great. I love maple. Oh my days, I love maple. All right, and salt. How much salt do you expect? 1 teaspoon? Oh, good joke. Once again, another good joke from this person who made this food. Alright, anyway. Actually, that's probably fine, because I had salted butter. It won't be that much. Well, no, you know what? I trust myself. There we go. And since this is I can actually just taste the marinade. There's no reason I can't, actually. Test it out real quick here. I mean, of course it's good. It's 95% pineapple. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. It's pineapple, it's butter, it's sugar. Wow, it turns out it's really good. What a surprise. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more of a... That hit it perfectly. That did it perfectly. There we go. Oh, gosh. Bad. Wait, what did I say? What did I say? I don't remember what I said. You can't catch me if I don't remember what I said. The cops will bring me in and it's like, did you say this? Like, honestly, cop, I don't remember. I might have said it. It sounds like something I would have said, but I can't even prove it for you. Oh gosh. Jokes against baking. You need salt? Here, let me open my veins. I've been playing Dark Souls for the last 3 hours. Tell your sister she gets a 10 out of 10 from me. But you have to really pause it very strangely. Like, some rando on the internet said your joke was 10 out of 10. And she'll be like, thanks, that's really weird and awkward. Why would you share this with me, actually? Alright. Salt, mix well. Yep, using a spoon, spread the marinade all over the top of the salmon. Get on one side. Alright, serve some mix in 30 minutes. Okay, that's what you want me to do. That's what I do. That's how it do, Yugi. That's how it do. That's how we're gonna beat Pegasus over at his castle. That's how it gets done. You and me, Yugi. We're gonna do it together. We're gonna show Pegasus what's 4. And also what's 2 plus 4. Pegasus won't know what hit him. Don't know why I'm trying to speak like this, you. I only watched the show once. I've watched the whole show. That's the only Yu-Gi-Oh! I've ever watched, though. Alright. We're gonna spread the marinade on there. Just spoon it on over, real nice like, and then it'll be good to go. Salt is the best seasoning. So I thought for a moment Zabutler, which, 1, how's it going, Zabutler? But 2, from where I thought you said summoning is the best salt. I'm like, oh god, yeah, he is! God, his videos are so good. And then I realized that is not what you said, and I'm kind of disappointed now. Alright, well, this is how you want me to do it. That's how I'm gonna do it. Just spoon it on over. Make sure I cover everything. Sorry, I'm being very pensive because these things are closer to the edge. I'm just like, I don't want to spill over the edge and onto the floor and make a big mess. I'm already a messy enough cooker as is. I really want to be better at not making a mess mid-cook. Alright. So no, I know now, actually reading the recipe, it says covers both sides, so I think they did not have the skin on their salmon. But I'm also, so in that case, I'm like, well, I have the skin on one side, so I'll just make sure I very thoroughly cover this other side. And I'll kind of wash the bottom, if that makes sense. I'll just swashbuckle it around a little bit and get everything on there. That's about good enough, honestly. All I'm doing is making more of a mess so that, you know, it's not going to do much difference. Just get some corner over here. Try to not make too much of a mess onto the floor or the stovetop, or, you know, in general. We're going to swashbuckle it around a little bit here and there. You probably can't see what I'm doing because I'm doing it so pensively and passively. Alright. Alright, I can turn that off. Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, now, on to the actions. Yeah, Summoning Salt has such good mafioso chili wheeling, goddammit. How do you find this recipe? It was on my lady's Pinterest. She goes through recipes on Pinterest a lot, so she comes with things I'm like, oh, that catches our eye. Let's just go with it. And then if it turns out we don't like the recipe, we take it over from there. It's actually no big deal. But yeah, Summoning Salt has probably some of my second favorite videos on YouTube. Like, God, like every time a video comes out, like him and Jeremy Parrish, those two, oh, they're so good. They are so good. Which, by the way, if you don't follow Jeremy Parrish, definitely follow that guy. He is so good. His videos are so good. Oh, please stay open. Hold on a second. I'm gonna get real smart here. By real smart, I mean real dumb. I want this fridge to stay open while I move the fish because I can't. There's so much liquid in here that I really actually can't like focus on more than like one thing at a time. I can barely focus on one thing at a time. That's why I'm a terrible fighting game player. Alright, part 2. Damn it. No! Okay. Ah, I didn't make enough room for this. I thought I was good to go. I was wrong. I hope you're all talking about Summoning Salt. Hey, actually, you know what? That's probably fine. For now. You know what? No, I can move stuff. Just stop being lazy, Ryudo. You fucking jackass. Shout out to my friends who also stream. Little Green Couch, who I demanded that they play Mario Golf, and against the streamer's preferred actions, did. And she hated it. Alright, there we go. Let me wash my hands real quick again. Yeah, exactly. It's a start point for recipes. Yeah, Jeremy Parrish. Ooh. God, how does he keep doing it? How does he keep making good quality videos every time? And even his streams are really good. Like, I feel like sometimes like some people are good, like folks like can be good at streaming, and then like they fall off on videos or vice versa. No, that dude is just consistently the same person throughout both sides of it. So it's really impressive. He definitely needs more subs. Red garden peppers as well. Oh yeah, we do have those. I'm looking at them now. Well, too late for that. This is gonna play spouse. See? Look, I don't have to think about my mix-up. The game makes the mix-up for me. It's like, cool, I can pick from one of my 3 mix-ups because this item came out. It's really easy for me. She did get a top 3, and she was still very unhappy. She got a hole in 1, and she was still very unhappy. Dash was happier than her. Tim Rogers? I need to watch more Tim Rogers stuff. Like, that was one guy who I just didn't get into as early as I should have because I wasn't as deeply into knowing about games until about recently. And, yeah, that dude, he's also very, very good. It starts the super short beep, beep, beep. Oh, like, no, our fridge does that too, actually. And actually, it made me think about, like, I have to make sure it's actually closed. Because if it's not closed, it starts doing that. It also starts doing that very, very much. So it's like, yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just gonna make sure you're good and you're nice and closed. All right, so if I remember correctly, it's 450. I can drop to 400. All right, so this is gonna be some weird tiered ass cooking, right? Like it's happening in my brain here. This is what's happening. So I'm gonna pull the pork out. First, I'm gonna put the oven up to 450, and I might. 450 is really high, actually. I think what I'll do is I'll put the 450. I'm gonna pull out the sweet potatoes for a bit, maybe. How long have I cooked them? That's kind of a big question. It's been about 40 minutes. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and up this temperature up to the next temperature I need for the pork. 450 or so. So I'm really gonna roast the pork for a bit here. I definitely need more subs and followers, you're right. I mean, in all fairness, Shemeskimo does need more followers, I'm not gonna lie. You absolutely deserve more followers. If you like Monster Hunter and the old school Monster Hunters, Shemeskimo is an absolute wealth of information. Definitely plays the old school stuff. Doesn't stream as much as he probably should, but he is good at it. So, definitely give him a follow if you can. But head off bed. Yo, Santakai, take care of yourself. Have a good night. I would dab with you, but my body's in shambles, so I'm only doing it per request. Which, by the way, like I said, if I miss any requests or anything like that, stream point gaining or anything like that, let me know. Because I'm working with a very small screen. I'm missing stuff. Stuff flies by. I want to make sure that I give the best stream experience to you all. We get my munches. You can't decide how much you want. The freezer's like, come on, dude, make a decision. You're like, no, no. I know it's midnight, and I know I'm very tired, but also, have you considered that it's a very hard decision to make, and you can't make it for me? All right, there we go. I'm gonna let it go with 450. Whenever it beeps, we're good to go. Gonna pop the pork into the oven. Gonna sit there for what, 10, 20 minutes? How long I said? I forgot. Bottom third of the oven, preheat 450, transfer to a roasting pan, roast for 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. That should work perfectly because I only need to do the marinade for the fish for about like 20-ish minutes, I think, too. Let me check. Marinade something time, guess on that. 30 minutes. Okay, so even better. Actually, even better, honestly. So about 30 minutes on that. Then I can switch it back in, put it in the bake for 40 at 400, and then we go from there. We're good to go. This is, see, timing works. I'm a fucking genius. You love to see it. Super crazy free. Sometimes I consider that, quite honestly, Corgi, because, like, oh man, the fridge is like, starts beefing. You're like, why? What did I do wrong? And sometimes it's just barely. It's just a smidge open. You're like, you make weird noises, and everyone's like, stop making weird noises. Yeah, the whole damn house knows what you're up to. It's like, look, I'm just hungry, man. It's like, you need to stop being hungry at midnight. He's like, you can't shame me out of this. You can't do it. Alright, I'm gonna put some stuff away real quick. So we get to the next step here. I'm gonna pull out the pork. And once that oven beeps, once that baby hits 450, we go to the next step. Oh, that still looks so good though. Not gonna lie, that looks real good. For those of you who might have came in a little bit late and missed the pork aspect, here's that for you. Definitely check it out. Oh, that looks super nice. Smells super nice too. I'm on top of it. Son's got to redeem his dad. Oh, did he? Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm trying to pick back up on it. Yeah, hell yeah. I would like to see more. Like I said, you stream in the mornings when I'm usually working or getting into work. So I like actually having morning streamers. So if there's any other good morning streamers that I should be like following, I should say morning for the US, because I know that also leads to mostly having European streamers on my end. But that's also fine, mind you. As long as they stream at the right time that I'm available at, then that's all good. It was I talked about beeping fridges. It was me, fridge beeper. I haven't made that far in JoJo's yet. Sorry, Tlarn. I think Tlarn was in the chat earlier. I don't remember. Yeah, I made a promise with someone over Twitter. It says, lately I haven't watched much anime. And everyone talk about JoJo's and stuff like that. But I figured out that one of my friends, Tlarn, has not watched Kaiji, which is The Ultimate Gambler, which is a really good show. You should watch that. So he's like, okay, well, if I watch Kaiji, you have to watch JoJo's. I'm like, all right, that's fair. He finished Kaiji in like 2 weeks. I started JoJo in like 3 weeks. And I'm like halfway through the first season. I'm such a slow TV watcher. I'm so freaking slow. So I'm like, I'm eventually getting there. I'm gonna get there a little bit. Doms? Oh yeah, seriously. I have major Doms right now. It's, delayed onset muscle soreness for those folks who are not ridiculous gym rats like us. Since, my first day in like over about a month back in the gym was yesterday. Oh, I'm feeling that. Feels good, but also it's weird because I also am back to a lot more like, there's an actual barbell bench now. So I can actually lift again. I actually get to lift again, for real. And I'm going to talk about it in the chat later, but there's a very interesting Smith machine, I think is the best way to put it. I don't know how else to explain it, but I'm going to put it in the chat next time. I was going to take a picture of it, but there was someone else in the gym who looked like they were a little bit more new, and I didn't want to whip out my camera and start taking pictures of things and make them feel uncomfortable. So I'm like, alright, that's fine. I can keep it away. I plan to come back to the gym at some point. So whenever I'm alone in the gym, or there's someone who's, very much more adept or able, I'll take pictures of it, because I can't explain it. You have to see this thing. I want to show it off to you all. It's really, really cool. Have I seen Akagi? Oh, hell yeah. I've seen Akagi. I've seen most of Kaiji up to this point. I haven't watched Tonigawa, and I haven't watched the building one. I want to watch that one too. But, and how's JoJo's going? JoJo's is really good, actually. It's so much of my perfect show, honestly. It's a show that's both very... I like shows that explain itself overly to say how smart the character is, because I sit there and I eat that shit up. I'm like, oh my god, he's talking about how he knew that you knew that I knew that this dude in Egypt knew that because they knew you knew I knew that you knew that I was going to do this. And they're like, oh my god, he's so good. It's like, it effectively didn't do anything, but holy shit, this is the greatest thing of all time. So, I'm eating up the show. I love the very mental aspect of fighting shows. So that's why I like things like Akagi, Kaiji, Liar Game, which is a really good manga, stuff like that. Don't mind the smoke. It happens if you put up your stove up to a higher temperature while you're cooking these things, because the liquid that's coming out of here is still sugar, so it's still basically, what's the word I'm looking for? it's still basically sugar that cooks on to that. So it's like with like caramel and whatnot. It smokes. It does its thing. Alright, I'm gonna stop that timer and make a 20-minute timer here. I said 20-minute timer here. There we go. No, it's super, super good. I'm still getting scared to go back to the gym. I mean, honestly, Valkyrie, I'm gonna speak you some truth right now. Absolutely don't go back to the gym yet. 100%. Unless your gym has a very peculiar way of handling having too many people in the gym, don't go back. If you're not gonna be comfortable the entire time you're working out, why would you force yourself to do something that you really don't enjoy? Working out may not be the most joyous activity ever, but, I mean, don't go because you feel obligated to. Just go if you still really enjoy it and you feel comfortable with what you're doing. Absolutely do not go back if you're scared to. I will tell you that right now. Health is a lot more than your physical being. It's also your mentality. If you're not happy with something, or you feel depressed about something, or you feel like you're forcing yourself to do something, who cares how your physical feels, looks, and everything like that? You want to be happy at the end. Your mental part is still a part of health. So, definitely do what you need to. Alright, so it's roasted for 20 minutes. Okay, so let's do this part then. I'm going to prepare all the stuff that will be for the future sauce for this. And I'm going to use this bowl because it doesn't really matter.
Help us grow and keep creating great content by supporting us on Patreon.
Okay. Well, now we're on to Japanese City Pop, so the rest of the stream is getting muted. Not that it's a bad thing necessarily. It is a bit quieter though. Okay, Google. Turn the volume up by 1. Let's see what happens here. There we go. Look, who doesn't love a good Tatsuro Yamashita? If I said his name right, I don't remember. We watched Kaiji. Saw a fan art of a streamer struggling with one of those remote claw machines. The Kaiji's amazing. 10 out of 10. Oh my gosh. So reading my shit, I read the show to the latest chapter. Is the manga still going? Holy shit. Oh, I mean, I should say, okay, I know someone explained this earlier and I should have remembered a little bit more, but I didn't. Because it's the kind of person I am. So, one thing that they said is that, the first season on Netflix is both part 1 and part 2 combined into one. So, when I say first season, I mean that first collection of Netflix shows that is, here's Jonathan Joestar, and then here's the second guy, I don't know. The second seemingly dumbass but still very entertaining character, whose name I can't remember for some reason because they all start with Joe and it's gone. It's gone. But no, I'm in the second part right now and it's extraordinarily even more my shit now. Might have much more part-time mental aspects of them and stuff like DBZ. Yeah. I can agree with that too. Not to say that I'm not a sucker for I'm just gonna get stronger. And now I'm stronger than you. I'm still a fan of that. I should explain what I'm doing. I should explain what I'm doing. I realize I'm just kind of, you see me rolling a line out here, and you're like, man, what the fuck is this guy doing? So if you want to have an easier time getting juice out of a lemon without using a specific tool for a lemon squeezer or a lime squeezer, you can roll them out a little bit, and it softens them up when you squeeze them. So you can do it all by hand. That's what I'm doing. Sorry, that was such a natural me doing thing, like, and no one's asking, like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? You don't have to roll it that much either. I just kind of got into the conversation a little bit. Your brain is also a muscle. Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it, Shemesco. I'm gonna steal that from you. Your brain is also a muscle. Take care of it. Give it its rest as you need to, so on and so forth. Ooh, Inazuma 11 is one I've wanted to watch for a bit. That and Captain Tsubasa. I actually want to get that Captain Tsubasa game for the Switch. That looks so fire. It looks so freaking good. Since, you know, realistically, I have so much trouble watching shows anyway, I'm never going to watch it. I want to. That, Aisha 11, and Zuma 11. Why is it 11? I guess it's the number of players on the field? I'm not a sports person, clearly. But yeah. I also want to watch that too. You know, I'm all about it. I'm all about these. Googlebot. Oh no, Googlebot is definitely planning my demise, but it's gonna be a little while before. Okay. Sorry, just checking something real quick. Well, it's fine. I guess this is the smell of it. Okay. Sorry, I just felt like I was smelling something burning. I guess it's just the smell that's coming out of the oven. It just is what it is. I'm sorry, I'm like, oh, something's weird here. Alright. My husband loves a Haikyuu. Yeah, I also am told to watch Haikyuu a lot. Joseph. See, that's kind of like, has so much trouble with these names. Joseph's great. I like Joseph. Joseph's great. Haikyuu, I've heard is really good. It looks really good. I'm sure I'd absolutely enjoy it. Like, I think that's the point. Is like when it comes to me watching shows and animes and stuff like that, it's not that I dislike watching anime or I have any ill feelings against anime or shows or stuff like that. It's just literally that I don't sit down and watch stuff very much. As I kind of alluded to before. Sorry, I'm gonna focus because so I don't accidentally almost chop off my finger again. My story from earlier. Just gonna slowly saw away at it. That's fine. My knife needs a sharpening, I know, but... Ooh, okay. But it's just, I just don't sit down very well, and as I kind of explained earlier, for people who have talked to me and stuff like that, sometimes I made conversation, and sometimes I'll just disappear for like 3 days, and before I get back to you. When I eventually remember, oh yeah, I was having a conversation, I forgot. Good job, me, yet again. Alright. So, you know, my brain just goes everywhere, so when I really sit down and stop doing stuff, my body instantly goes like, hey, you're resting, that means we're going to bed, right? It's like, no, I need to do, I actually am just trying to watch a show, please. So I have a tendency to fall asleep during shows. Never because it's not necessarily boring, it's just, my brain is just way too active for its own good. And it is what it is. You just gotta work with what you got. The brain's a muscle, you gotta take care of it. And you have to know what works best for it. Oh, I love this song. Oh, yeah. Like, this whole mix, I mean, it's obviously gonna be really good. It's all, you know, Japanese city pop, but it's very funny because there's a YouTube channel that's like, hey, what do you know about city pop? And, like, these very specific artists that are really popular across the West. And everyone's like, what? Why? What is this song? Who are these people? We don't know any one of these. And like maybe like one or two older, slightly older people are like, I remember hearing this once before, but so it's really funny by comparison because this is like that was like with a name like City Pop, you think, oh, it's like pop from the 80s. Got it. And no, apparently not enough in the same established way that like our pop from the 80s was, where it's like this was an establishment of music, and if you don't know it, you're a cop. Alright, first I was in Zoom 11 in French because I was on a trip to Paris with my folks. Yo, did I say Celestial had my man? Yo, that's so good. That's so good. You know what's not good? I think I slightly caught my hand on something earlier, or maybe it dried out, and I have a cut in my hand, and guess what I'm doing right now? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But also, I want to cry a little bit. I'll save that for after stream. That'll be on my OnlyFans. Me crying. Watching the grown man cries. It's me. It's your boy, Ryudo. Oh, gosh. Ball One Life is a Haikyuu sports level manga anime, but about girls. Yeah, that's the hard part. I feel like the closest I've seen of that was oh, I don't remember the name. I want to say it was like Teppu or something like that. But it was about kickboxing or MMA style fighting, and it was really good. Like, it was really good, and it didn't heavily go into like over sexualizing the characters either or anything like that. And so it was overall a really good manga experience, but it sounds like it ended a bit early. Once again, my brain gets distracted, never finished it, but it is there. It's there. It's fine, it's just vampire food. There we go, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Alright, nutty orange juice. I'm not actually a juice drinker, honestly. So that's why I have like this little bottle of orange juice, because I don't drink juices. There's 16 in there. And man. I'm dumb. Fuck. Alright, so the back of it says serving size, 8 ounces. And my brain just went like, okay, cool, 8 ounces. I'm good to go, right? And I only need, you know, or I need 2 cups. It says 8 ounces, 16 ounces. So I'll grab another one. There's 2 servings in this container. Just as I finished saying, I don't drink juices very much, because, you know, I only enjoy it so much. So, like, that's why I did buy so much orange juice. Well, now I have a whole ass container now. No, I'm not gonna throw it. Not even for a bit. Because I don't want to have to clean it up later. But, fuck. So now I have I have 2 cups of orange juice. Alright, next step. I'm done lamenting over my mistakes. We have to move on in this world. We have so much we have to do in this world, we might as well just get on to the next parts. Right? Right. Do a boil. Oh, they want me to actually put it directly in the pot and cook it until it's reduced to 2 cups in 5 minutes. I can probably wait on this a little bit, but what's the fun in that, right? Here's my cast iron. I haven't cleaned this since my last time I cooked, which I made some, whatchamacallit. I bought some bison because it looked good, and it was very delicious. I just made some bison steak. It's real good, actually. I was really impressed. I made my own pan sauce with the onion oil, and fried a lot of onions in it. Just really got a nice oniony flavor coming out of it. Oh, that was so good. Anyway, that's not here nor there. We gotta make a sauce. We gotta get some sauce. I'm gonna grab the biggest pot because I don't want to be wrong about the size of stuff that I need. Pot's a little bit messy. I'm gonna clean it out real quick. Yo, what's up, Susie? How's it going? Happy Monday to you. Hope you're doing well, friend. It's good to see you. It's always good to see you. Whether it's live or in chat, it's nice to have you around. Now you have orange juice to drink tomorrow morning. It's not the worst thing for you. No, it's not. And I mean, everything, the thing with food, and you're gonna hear my ultimate theory on food. And by ultimate, I mean, it's a theory that I think everyone technically has, but no one really acknowledges as they should. There's no good or bad food. There's just food in different amounts. There's food that's more nutritious and that's not exactly as nutritious. But if you put good and bad food labels on stuff, then you won't feel very good about what you're eating ever. You won't have fun with what you're eating ever. Because you'll always be trying to make the optimal decision. Don't make the optimal decision. Make a decision that works for you and your body. So, that said, I'm not against orange juice. Orange juice is fine. I just personally don't super care for it all that much because for me, for the stuff that I eat, nothing pairs with orange juice is the thing. I have pancakes, that doesn't really pair with orange juice. I have eggs, I don't feel that really pairs with orange juice. Oatmeal, closer but not great. I don't know, just orange juice is such a powerful flavor in my mouth, it doesn't pair as a meal for me. So I was like, I'm not jazzed about it. It's just more like, it'll be alright, but seasoned orange juice. I mean, this one will be the seasoned, delicious, cooked down orange juice. Oh gosh. You know what? I have a bunch of pineapple juice left. Maybe I'll just throw that in there too. Fuck it. There's that. I probably should just put it straight in, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's go ham. Let's go ham hocks. Let's fucking do it. And we'll cook that down. Fast place when they throw out candy. I'm more happy to see candy, honestly, than most Faust players. And especially more than non-Faust players. Non-Faust players like, oh my god, you threw out so much candy that round. It's like, yeah. I still won because I was able to control the round and grab the candy. Duh. This orange juice to save the spices, it mellows out a little. I'll give it a try. I have nothing to lose, honestly. What kind of spices are you thinking of, Specs? It's okay if I call you Specs, by the way, and not Spectacular. I know I try to appreciate names as much as I can, but Specs is actually a really cool name. Let's go all the fucking way right. That's getting fruity. Hell yeah. It's got some of that nice garlic and butter in there too. And when I make my own personal sauces, I really like putting butter in the sauces also. I have especially one pineapple habanero sauce that I have. I don't think I have the recipe written up, so I guess I can't say I can give you the recipe. But I have one I especially made myself, and I just did it myself with pineapples and habaneros. And it's a good chunk of butter in there to get that salt flavor in there and everything like that, but it really creams it out very nicely without heavily creaming it out. And then with the break down the sugars and everything like that, makes for extraordinarily good sauce. I put it in with my pork carnita recipe and just kind of toss it in there and let that cook for like 4 or 6 hours or so. And then I just add more chicken broth in there to really keep the liquid up. It tastes so good. I was about to actually make that for this recipe originally, but then I got a little bit lazy on Sunday and I didn't end up cooking after all. So I was like, ah shit, I need to cook that pork that I bought the other day. Shit. You have to pronounce the whole thing. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You have to pronounce the whole thing. It's like nutmeg or something like that. Nutmeg. You know, I would have never considered nutmeg and orange juice. And I got plenty of nutmeg, so fresh nutmeg too. I have fresh ground nutmeg. So I'll give that a try tomorrow. I will next time I see you, remind me and I'll let you know what I think of that. It's a curious idea, honestly. You know what, fuck it, how much time do we have? 3 more minutes? Let's do it. Let's try something new today. You got to try something new. Quote the guy from SSS Tricky. Let's try something new. SC on my eye roses. Ah, I can't believe it. Specs is actually StarCraft. That's crazy. I can't believe StarCraft came all the way over here to my stream. I'm esports now. Alright, got our fresh ground nutmeg right here. Blood, tongue blood for the tongue blood god. Beef Uncle, goddammit. You right though. Yep. That's that. Alright. I don't know how much I need to put in there, so I'm gonna try to start with a very light amount. Just to start. Just because I don't know what to expect quite yet. Let's just grab a new fork. I don't want to taint the flavor with something else. Alright, let's try this out. To witness my own hubris. Specs just saying like, shit, it was just a joke! Oh no, not a stream! It's alright, I drank that death water, whatever it was called, on stream, and I was horribly underwhelmed, so there's also that. Alright, let's add a little bit more. Well, that's a little bit more. That's a little bit more. That was no change. That was no change. So let's try add a little bit more and let's stir it in a little bit harder this time. That I actually have. Thanks, I want to do that off camera, but I kind of want to be able to sing. Alright. No? Just like a quarter of it. There's still plenty of nutmeg left for the nutmeg god. You know what? I can get behind this, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I actually want a little bit more nutmeg in there. I kind of dumped quite a bit in there, but that's actually pretty solid. I'm gonna add a bit more, and I think that'll be perfect for my taste. It's a lot of nutmeg for just for like 1 cup of orange juice, yes. But I think once I can really melt those flavors together, I will be extremely happy with that. So, you know, thank you for the suggestion. Hell yeah. This is good. Orange juice and nutmeg, make some kind of sauce for a cake. Oh, easily. Like, a cake sauce for that would be great. Honestly, it probably wouldn't be bad for this either. It's still going. I probably won't get a spoon out for that, actually. I want to do this, actually. Alright, let's just start that. I can do it later the other way. Alright, just gonna start stirring this a little bit. Alright, let's start it out. Just stir it a little bit. I'm gonna move this off to the side here. We're not gonna use it until much later, or finish it off until much later. Alright. That can go in the trash. This nutmeg juice can go in my face. Man, that sure would have been a shameful end to the day. That sure would have been really bad. God, I actually like this. I mean, I know that, as you can kind of see it now, it's a lot of fucking nutmeg, but it's making me happy. Hey, and on the other hand, if you kill me, I can't ban you. So, if anything, that's the smart play. Make sure I die first. And then, you have all the power in the world. Woo! Woo-wee! Alright, he's smoking. Oh, shush! God. One thing that really sucks is this microwave has the yelling ability of like 5 small cats. It just screams and yells until you give it attention. And then once you do, it's not enough. And you have to give it more attention. It's awful. Yeah, we're not that far yet. We're not that far yet. Sorry, Valkyrie, we're not that far yet. This is the Porsche. This is the Porsche that we're messing with right now. Alright. For 20 minutes, then we'll reduce it to 225. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave it out for a bit because we need to put down the oven down to 400. Well, actually, how long do I want that for? Oh. Okay. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it down to 400. I'm gonna crack this open just a bit so that actually I can use some of the heat. Ovens are really good liars. If they're above the amount of heat that they need, they'll just sit there and be like, no, I'm 400. I'm already 400, dog. We definitely don't need to cool down to current temperature or anything like that. What's it all for? It's food for the week. It's absolutely just all food for the week. What I like to do is prepare a lot of food ahead of the week. Sometimes, and usually 2 different main courses. Usually I'm going to cook them at the same time. I would like say I'm done with this, call it a night, prepare the next one the next day. But I bought the salmon, and then I'm like, it's fresh salmon. I need to use that right away. And then I looked at the pork, and I'm like, I've had this pork for a week. I need to use it like today. So we're making both of them. One go, one night. We're gonna make 2 different recipes. Technically 3 because sweet potatoes are super easy to make. But yeah, no, I cook a lot for the week, and so that we have a lot of main course stuff, and then we'll prepare sides throughout the week too, and at the same time. So it's kind of like you get a little bit of variety, or if you decide I don't want more pork, I want more this or that, you have a little bit of variety throughout the week instead of just being forced to eat one thing throughout the whole week. So that's probably the best way to go out meal prep if you have the time. But if you don't, then you know, you go out however you need to. No, eat it all now. This is a mukbang stream. And I said gym rat / single lady. I think it's just a, you know, actually I was about to say a lot. Like, that's just a single person shtick. No, you're right. That's a single lady shtick. I know very few men who actually would cook like I do if they were actually single. I cannot get even the gym rat folks to do it that are single. It's like, what else are you doing? You aren't doing anything else. Just make food. Just learn how to make food. Please. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. 30 minutes in the fridge. Yep. Alright, so it's about 30 minutes. Place the pan sheet with salmon on the center rack. Cook for 40 minutes. Perfect. Alright. So. It's not boiling yet. Why is it not cooking down yet? It's getting hot by now. Maybe not hot yet. I'm kind of scared to turn this up while I'm not paying attention, so I'm going to be patient. Alright, now, the salmon. The salmon you've been waiting for. Miss Tiara. Hopefully not spilling too much stuff anywhere. Alright. It's been a few minutes. I'm going to assume that's closer to 400 than it is anything else, so it should be fine. Put it in. To win it. Alright, there we go. So, we leave that in for, here's how I'm going to do it. Badly. That's how I'm gonna do it, badly. Alright, there we go. So we're gonna pop that in there for 20 minutes or so. It needs a total of 40 minutes, right? So it needs a total of 40 minutes. I'm kind of bullshitting this along the way here, because, you know, that's all cooking is sometimes, bullshitting along the way. Because this needs to roast at 325, the oven's gonna be at 400. So obviously you can't cross the streams. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook the salmon for about 20 minutes. And then once I'm done cooking that, or not done, but once that's cooked for about 20 minutes or so, I'll pop this back in and let that start cooking kind of at that 400 temperature a little bit. And I'll leave it at a higher temperature for a shorter amount of time in hopes of not overcooking the pork. It shouldn't overcook just because of how it's stacked right now. It should retain less heat overall, and that should work fine. But my theory about cooking anyway is that you can reach a certain temperature, like the USDA, right, says you should cook your meats to these precise temperatures. That's the temperature you want to cook it at if you want to destroy all the bacteria in it in, like, you know, 1 second, like 0 seconds basically. But if you cook it at like 5 to 10 degrees below that temperature and you let it sit for 10 minutes or so, one, the temperature still continues to rise just a little bit, just a smidgen of a bit. But two, if you keep it at a certain temperature for a certain length of time, it'll still kill all those same amount of bacteria just over time instead of just instantly. So you can retain all the juices and all the well-cookedness of different types of meats. And it's probably the reason why a lot of people don't like chicken breasts, because you cook it to 165 and it becomes dry, choppy, gross. Cook it to like 153 or 152 and let it sit for 10 minutes. You still get a lot of that juice retained in there. It doesn't just siphon off, especially because when you cook it to that 165 again or whatever, the temperature will continue to rise, and now you're cooking at 170, 180, and it's really roasting itself dry. So it's really, really gross. So yeah, that's some fun stuff to learn. So yeah, I've done it on and off. I wouldn't consider myself a gym rat per se. No, you don't have to be anything. You can be whatever makes you happy. That's the thing. It's like fighting games. You don't have to be a top level tournament player. There's plenty of scrubs out there who will say, "Oh wow, Salmon is not that good because he doesn't play my video game, and my video game is actually hard, and he will never be a top level player," says the guy who cannot even place at his locals. So, do whatever you want. You do what makes you happy, you're comfortable, and gives you the amount of life that you need. Fuck you, Susie. Fuck you, Susie. I'm still mad about that goddamn day. It's not the worst cooking story. It doesn't fall into this, but since someone asked earlier, the worst cooking experiences, this definitely falls into that realm. Not because of bad food, but because of what was done to the food. So, story time anyway. Alright, so. Just by this time, I thought you took off your shirt. Excellent. Good. 10 out of 10. Alright, so I was staying with a friend for a tournament in Seattle. So I was staying with a friend for a tournament in Seattle. He, in his spare time, one of his hobbies is hunting. And he showed me this freezer of all this like game that they caught and cut down, and all the different games they had, elk and I think he had bear in there even, but buffalo. Maybe he had buffalo. Oh, he had all sorts of hunted stuff on there. It was a glorious freezer of this delicious game meat. And he's like, "What do you want to have some for breakfast?" Oh, hell yeah, absolutely. I want the opportunity to eat this stuff. It was my first experience with it also too. So, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm just some broke college student normally. So yeah, I want to eat some good game meat that would be otherwise overly priced. So, he brings it in, he starts like thawing out the meat a little bit, and starts preparing it and like opening it up and like doing like kind of like breaking down the meat and like kind of making ground meat out of it. And he tosses it into a pan, he starts cooking it for a bit, and I'm like, alright, this smells really good, and really that little, like, I understand what the gamey smell and flavor is, let me have a bit, I'm like, oh yeah, that by itself just tastes really good and different from anything else. It has so much flavor imparted in it, just existing. Motherfucker goes to his shelf, goes to his cabinet, reaches in, pulls out some hamburger helper, and dumps that shit in. And I was like, on God. How are you going to spend hours upon hours of hunting down these various majestic woodland creatures only to disrespect their carcass by putting hamburger helper inside of it. Hamburger helper. It ain't even hamburger, it's elk. God damn it, dude, cooking a hamburger helper. And the worst part is that someone else like hit him up that he was supposed to pick up from the airport. And he's like, oh, I gotta go pick up this guy from the airport. Can you finish cooking this for me? So now it was in my hands that I had to cook this elk that got hunted down, fresh elk meat that got hunted down with hamburger helper. It was too late. It can't be saved. I'm not gonna change the recipe. I'm not gonna rustle through his cabinets. But it was the most torturous personal experience I've ever had to go through when it comes to food. It was my personal hell of, here's this beautiful meat, here's hamburger helper, now you cook it. I'm pretty sure I escaped the circle of hell, and that's why I've revived onto this earth nowadays. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was a very big turning point for me when it comes to cooking, honestly. If I just got so pissed off, I'm like, no, fuck this, I'm learning how to cook. I'm so pissed off. It was, still mad thinking about it, actually. Get boiled. Okay. Alright, need to grab some stuff across the other side here. And this is what's gonna make this sauce really pop, right? Once I grab it, that is. This is there. And that. Alright, so now here's what's gonna make the sauce really pop. We got some agave and we got some tequila. We're gonna pop it in there, and that's gonna be what gives this sauce the real kick that we're looking for. That's gonna be make it real good. And I also need fish sauce, garlic. And damn, I need more garlic. Shit, I should have thrown it all in yet. Oh, fuck. Alright. Let's look for fish sauce. Plenty of fish sauce. Somewhere in here. There should be. Maybe it's over here. You know, I don't believe you all hanging. I could bring you on an adventure. Fuck yeah. Let's go look for the fish sauce, right? You know, let me know if you see any fish sauce. Also, I can't see what you're seeing because you're standing right beside me now. I know I have plenty. Why is it not here? Why would that not be transferred over first? Like, fish sauce is a way of life. Is it top here? What the hell? I mean, I know I use fish sauce for a lot of my sauces, but I don't think I ran out. Did I have a stroke and I just used all my fish sauce? Because if so, I mean, that makes sense. That's a great idea. Fish sauce is delicious. That said, I should be having a heart attack in like any second now, but strange. Maybe they didn't make it over from our last apartment yet, which is weird because once again, that's a high priority ingredient for me. Hamburger elk. I wish I just closed down the chat and never returned to it ever again. I want to fucking die, Lex. I'm sorry, man. You gave me a dangerous story to work with. No, that's fair. It's a good story, just heavily at my expense. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm totally dead. I just become a fish at this point. Hang out like this. I just want to be all cool. We got men already. I mean, in due time. Definitely in due time. And a really good bourbon, pepper, pans. Oh my days. That sounds so good. Turn this down for a bit while I try to find the fish sauce. Hey, am I tripping? I even have more. I mean, I have more fish sauce. I don't know. I mean, this is how much I use fish sauce for sure. I have a whole nother bottle ready. But also, what happened to my last bottle of fish sauce? Once again, I literally would have become a fish if I had had a whole bottle of fish sauce in a single meal. But don't worry, Eskimo. Soon, things will come to fruition. We'll be able to travel again, see each other again, be able to hang out like homies, like the homies we deserve, and it's gonna be a good year. You know what? It's gonna be I mean, it's a low bar, but it's gonna be a better year than last year. That was pretty good until I got to the end because I added like a fuck ton of nutmeg. I just ate nutmeg, but it's still good. Make some fish sauce. Sorry, that's already claimed by the band of fish. So, unfortunately, I cannot take that away from them. They will sue me. You know, more than like the VODs already will sue me. I should probably change the music so I don't get muted, but whatever. I like my city pop. They can't stop me. Well, they can't stop me. That's the problem. Alright. Well, we need to make more garlic. Make more garlic. We need to prepare more garlic. Terminology is hard. That's a very top. A tip top. Cut that off there so I can actually smash it and split these all apart here. There we go. I'm probably not going to do the water trick again just because that's going to take like 10 minutes and I don't feel like it. And this one's already out of skin anyway, so I'm not going to complain. Problem solved. That one was easy. I'm already called Richie with my nutmeg, and the owners just... The other day, when my dad was looking for some fish sauce, he was able to supplement with oyster sauce, but I have no idea how, so don't trust me on this one. No, definitely oyster sauce and fish sauce are both similar and can work as a replacement. I don't know the exact values you would do it, but they're both very heavily fish-based, salty sauces, I guess. Salty sauces, liquids that play well and have a lot of the umami flavor in it. So that's really, really good, actually. No, I trust your dad on that one. I think that's good. The orange just had me sweating, but I'm more scared of using orange sauce. It would be good. It'll actually be good. This is your chance to shine. You could be 2 for 2 tonight, Specs. 2 for 2. Just use Worcestershire sauce. I do have a lot of Worcestershire sauce for sure, but I found my other bottle of fish sauce, so we're all good. I'm just gonna cut these also, by the way. I don't know why my trash can's actually this far, honestly. It does not need to be that far. I can keep it right here and just kind of cut and peel. Because by the time I get more water prepared and everything like that, it'll be like the year 3043, Blade Runner will be happening, and I'm not fit for the cybernetic future. Look, I'm barely surviving on the technology we have today, and the moment you bring Cyberpunk 2077 into the mix of things, I just don't have the amount of glitches possible to be able to survive. It's like I'm going at me. Also, I'm really terrible at Deus Ex and other Cyberpunk-esque games. That said, I have beaten 2 Deus Ex games. You'll never guess which ones. Actually, you probably will. But yeah, since it's going to take so long, I was like, well, before we get into the Cyberpunk future, I'm just going to go ahead and peel these by hand. And once we move on to having energy bars as our main source of food, I'll at least know what the flavor of garlic is like. My cybernetic enhancements at this mortal body. Just is like, I'm waiting for the fucking future. Let me in. Jin, you can't go 1,000 years into the future. Where we're going, I don't need your fucking opinion. As he hits 88 on the car and goes 1,000 years into the future. It turns out that Biff actually runs everything after all, and he wants to go back. Oh gosh. Need to be buff. Just go to your local Ripper Doctor. Having this little rocket launcher on. Yeah, no one's going to mess with you at that point. No one's going to be like, oh hey. Look at me, I went to the gym and I'm very, very strong. It's like, great. Stand 50 feet away from me and try to punch me. I'll give you a 3-second head start before I launch my first rocket. Oh yes, first rocket. It's not like I'm gonna run out of rockets anytime soon, but you know, that's there for you. For some reason, my chat jumped like 40 feet up into the air. The mouse is gone. Close enough. Close enough. It's broken. Laptop broke. Have a nice day. Now you might be asking, how many garlic pieces do you need? The answer is I don't actually know. I'm just putting enough garlic in, so I'm happy. Gonna say I love how Americans emphasize this fuck out of Shire. Yeah, in words like Yorkshire and Worcestershire. As I say them in two entirely different ways because I'm inconsistent as fuck. Your computer disagrees. Jokes on me. Wait, because it's not my computer. My computer runs great. Even when I spill water into my keyboard, my fancy electronic keyboard, it still works great. I don't deserve the nice things that I have in my life, honestly. But they continue working for me anyway. Everything's coming up for you, though. Alright, there we go. Gonna chop one. Alright, before I actually get too far, let's just actually check it out. Do I need... How do I bring the mouse back on this? Okay, cool, thank you. Alright, how much garlic does it say I need? And do I need more garlic for the other recipe? Because I'm really bad about how much garlic I need. Alright, sorry, I'm just reading through this, making sure that I don't need more garlic. I might as well start preparing it now if I need more. 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, good joke. I have like 2 tablespoons. You know, it's a sauce, honestly, so. And then, no, okay, I should be good. I should be good. No more garlic needs to be made. Shut up, you're great. No, you're great, Jones. How's it going, my bud? How you doing? Happy Monday to you. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're, I mean, I know you're doing great, because you're a great person. Now, once again, honestly, you don't have to actually do minced garlic like this. Anything like that, but I've been a huge fan of having chunkier garlic in my things as of late. I don't know why. That fell into the sink because the whole thing broke off. That's way frustrating. I'm just gonna grab what I can. I give up. That's still like a tablespoon of garlic. I lost like half a tablespoon in there. That's unfortunate though. That's really saddening. But it's still in its container, thankfully. Doesn't smell weird. But I did lose like half of the amount of garlic that went in. Half of that went to the sink, unfortunately. It is what it is. It is what it is. My sink's gonna smell awesome. Oh, snacks, I don't want to think about it. Also, Rugrana, how's it going? Happy Monday to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great time out there today, supporting the best crews like AGDQ. On the bright side, this thing already fell off, so I can scrape all the garlic from that and regain like a teaspoon of it. Because the whole thing fell apart because it was tired of being slap chopped all night, which, fair, understandable, have a nice day. Alright. I don't know what that is, but I'm just gonna do with it. But, yeah, that thing's that's gonna rip later. That is gonna absolutely rip later. In all fairness, there's a little bit of garlic, because I used that other bowl, so, you know, maybe that's technically a respectable amount of garlic, right? Right. Just, please clap. Okay. And it wants a little bit of undesignated hot sauce. I'm going to show you my special hot sauce. Alright, so the Melinda's Naga Jolokia. Check this out. Just a few drops of this into any bad boy. Ooh, it spices it up. This stuff is lividly hot. It's really, really hot. But it actually has a lot of good flavor in there. It's not hot for the sake of being hot like a ghost pepper would be. It's hot with flavor in there at the same time. So it's really, really good. If you're looking for something you can drop a few drops into it, get a really good spice out of it, and get a slightly tinge of flavor one way or the other, that stuff is really good. I highly suggest it. Highly, highly suggest it. Thank you, Eskimo. Thank you. Melinda's hella rocks. Hell yeah. See, person of class right there, Rue. I knew I could believe in you, Rue. Alright. I'm gonna pop. So that's the halfway point for the salmon. Shut up. God damn it. Alright. So that's the halfway point for the salmon. I'm gonna pop this back in. And that should give it some time to cook a little bit longer. I probably won't keep it. Steam! Me when my steam needs to update. Let's try this again. But without getting hit with a whole thing of steam in the face. There you go. Alright. Put that in there. Give it about 20 minutes or so. I'll probably check on it about halfway or so just to make sure that the pork's not overcooking. Once again, just want to follow the rule set of making sure that you don't use or don't heat it too hot to the USDA standards so that you can still have a very nicely well prepared pork. But therefore, my fight is physically incapable of handling spicy food, so all of a sudden, oh yeah, you will fucking die to that then. You will absolutely 100% die to that. Melissa's rocks, Melissa's mid, damn! Like, some of your secrets. I want to know your secrets now. I'm always here to learn, as you know, as you very much know. I ask a lot of questions. Alright. There's a little bit of skin in there. Which is fair, you can't catch all the skin. Alright, good enough. Alright, now we're gonna add the rest to the sauce over here to the far, far corner. And you can kind of see it. I'll bring it up on screen here soon. Alright, and how much do they want of everything? Already the lime, linen limes, the cups. So that's about 2 cups now. Alright, so a 1/4 cup of agave. I'm gonna eye everything once again because, well, yeah, I don't want to entirely fuck with that. I probably want to keep this part very, very even. This is from a local brewery, if anyone's curious, Mile High Spirits. We used to host tournaments, actually, at Mile High Spirits, smaller tournaments and whatnot. I ended up winning a Samurai Hoedown tournament there one time, and as like part of like the collaboration that they were having with the people who were running the tournament there, is like whoever won the tournament got a free bottle of whatever drink they wanted. And so the first time I took their whiskey, I think it was, and it was super good. It was super good. But then I went back next week and I won again. And I'm like, we don't need another bottle of whiskey. I guess I'll get the tequila. Once again, it's super good. Like, Mile High Spirits is extraordinarily strong. I like them a lot. Alright, I actually want to make sure I do balance these out, I realize, because really want to make sure that I'm overdo it on the tequila and the agave flavors, because those will definitely shine itself out. One for you, one for... No, it's Monday. Maybe it was a Friday. Alright. You know, I don't work with agave very much, honestly. I don't use it in many recipes. 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. This one I'm going to eye, though, because... one part lazy, one part is fucking fish sauce. It needs some love. I can do that. I can kind of do that to taste. So that's about 1 tablespoon though. The garlic. The unfortunate less than garlic than I have. Sink garlic. Why have you betrayed me? You hate to see it. Watching my life sink before my eyes. Haha, get it? Because that's the joke. Alright, and a few droplets of that. There we go. Alright. Alright. Hot sauce, cook, stir on occasion, skip out any brown bits. Sauce consistency of a light syrup, but not thick enough to coat a spoon. Alright, we'll see what happens there. Me when it goes sail goes out, steam! God damn it. I love that. I love that Shimeskimo. Heartbreaking Dawn makes an amazing sauce. Ooh, Heartbreaking Dawn. Okay. I'll probably forget in like 5 minutes, but at some point, like tomorrow, I'll probably wake up like, oh, what was that sauce that Lex mentioned? I would like that sauce, please. And then I will hit you up for that, and you'll be like, you know, you idiot, why do you forget everything? And I will be like, Sauce, please. Sauce, please. Think of like the old days of the internet, buddy. You and me. You telling me good information and me saying sauce, please. I've really dated myself with that joke. Alright, move this closer because I'm really fucking far away and I'm like, I cannot read from back there. Turns out, having fake 20/20 vision does not get you there. I was born even unable to eat a jalapeno. You know what? Why are you all back there? Hey, come on down. Come on down to Sauce Town. Hopefully. I have a lot of stuff going on. As you can see, I'm a messy cooker. It's kind of a problem. I'm not gonna lie. Move this out of the way. Move this out of the way. There you go. I can kind of lean down the sauce a little bit. If I move this like a little bit of like an inch, like just even like a smidgen, like it won't sit properly. Let's see if I can get it. So we can actually look at the sauce that we're making here. Okay, that works. That works good enough, actually. I'm gonna move the handle the opposite way. So now all the stuff that we just prepared is now in there. Kind of cooking the sauce to taste a little bit. One, I splashed some out. But two, oh, that smells good. Oh, that smells good. You definitely get a little bit of alcohol sitting there. And so when you're cooking down alcohol, you want to kind of try to get to a point where you lose most of the alcohol harshness to it as much as you can. But, you know, it depends on each person. Some people really like whatever rum or tequila flavors that they get out of things. Other people, they're not so much of a fan of it, which makes sense. Chops his phone in the sauce. I mean, it's entirely possible, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, extra zesty orange juice. Oh my god, Specs. Need some more orange juice. Or some liquid, but kind of special. Oh god. You all are wonderful. I really hope that you all have a wonderful 2021. I mean, regardless of me cooking and streaming or otherwise, I hope that that's true regardless. But I also truly hope that you have it nonetheless. Ooh. I'm gonna let it cook down a little bit more. Get more of its sauciness going on there. But that might not need anything. If anything, it might need a smidge more fish sauce. And maybe a little bit more spice. But, I don't know. I'm a very taste cooker. I can discern things I like with taste and how to fix it. Turns out I have a skill around that. I don't know why or how, but I do. But that said, I think it's pretty close to what I want out of it, honestly. So we're almost there. We're almost there. We are like 85% done with the cook, honestly. The sauce is gonna come out. I'm gonna check on the porks real quick. Right here. I'm not gonna get hit by the steam. I've been hit by that mix-up once. I'm gonna block it this time. I'm a real fighting game player, Ma. Whatever you say, honey, she says as she kisses me to bed. Alright. There we go. How are you looking, good big man? Oh. Pretty good, actually. Like, to the point of, I think these are almost actually done. 42, 31, 40. Okay, those ones are not. Alright, cool. So let's do this. I think what I need to do real quick here is that those bottom ones are starting to get to the point where they're not keeping up in temperature. So, thinking these top ones can probably go. It's not that we need much more time on the slow roast anyway, so let me stir this up a little bit more before I go into my next action. And also, because there's a lot of sugar in here, the bottom should brown a little bit. We want to scrape those up because the brown bits are always real good. I have a cat's tongue, so I can't test taste food. I've never actually heard the terminology, I have a cat's tongue. What does that mean, besides that you have a maybe rough tongue? Or a rough time of tasting stuff? Is that what they call cataracts? Haha. It doesn't work because cataracts are an eye-based thing, and you're talking about your mouth, so that doesn't work at all. This joke was like 3 out of 10. Alright. Yeah, I think... Okay. Here's what I'm going to do, actually. One, I'm going to flip these over. Because I think there's a bit of underbelly that's not being reached right now. And... let's try again. Oh! Oh! Somewhere along the line, I had those two stacked against each other. So... let's get these other sides going, because yeah. I'm glad I checked on that, because I'm like, I think there's just way too much being covered here. Unfortunately. Just put you right here. And then... is there 2 attached here? Yes. These got really stuck together. All in all. Alright, yeah, so... let's put you all in 2 parts in that case. And then I'm just going to put these in here. Trying to not make this so, like, egregiously protected or covered. There's that. That's good enough. I think that's good enough. Yeah, because that was piled on way too much. And that's on me. That's on me. Ah, steam. That said, the fish is looking good. I can probably take you all out on a little adventure here. Check inside the oven. You can kind of see a little bit, but yeah, the pork's still very pink, so it's not getting enough breathing space. I'm going to give it a little bit more time. But that said, don't let the color always fool you when you're cooking. It'll probably be plenty fine cook-wise. It's just going to have like some really rough spots here and there. Well, really rough. It'll probably have some really overdone spots and some that are perfectly done just right. Let's see. It's a Japanese phrase. Basically means that you can't handle hot food and drinks. Oh, okay. When you say it's a Japanese phrase, I'm like, oh yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense, honestly, when you put it out like that. That makes a lot of sense. But, you know, I just never heard it. I just never heard it before. But that makes a lot of sense. No, actually, now that I cook down a little bit more, I think it's perfect. There's a lot of that tinge coming out from the orange flavor in there, so that's really good. Pork pancakes, goddammit. No Trouble Cat Girls an anime fan of their food or tea. It's been so long, I have not seen that trope in such a long time. Oh man, that looks so good. Hell yeah. I'm ready to eat good this week. So, earlier last year, or I'd say about like 8 of the 10, 12 months we were stuck in last year, I definitely put a huge effort into learning how to cook a lot better. Finishing reading some of the books that I have and everything like that. So I really upped my cooking knowledge, expertise, ability, so on and so forth. So I'm it really came together last year for me, or spending a lot of time on that, along with my nutrition and fitness and stuff like that. You know, you don't have to go through the whole, what's the word I'm looking for, stereotype of, well, I want to be lean and fit, I gotta eat 1 billion chicken breasts a day. It's like, only past a certain point. If you really want that in your life, you have to really eat like that. You can still get abs if you eat still pretty well, honestly. Case in point, me. At least at that time. After the holidays, hell no. I ate whatever I want during the holidays. I said, fuck that. Abs ain't worth it right now. But, no, you can definitely learn how to cook and really eat very well. Once again, there's no really truly bad foods for the most part. It's all nutrition. It's just various levels of nutrition. Sure, if you want a Pop-Tart every now and then, go for it. But, you know, if you mostly focus around nutritional foods, you'll be fine just damn near naturally, honestly. So, nutrition is always a big part of fitness and everything like that. If you really want to get fit, it's still 85% diet. So, abs are made in the kitchen, as the folks say. Snook in the microwave, goddammit. Give me a touch of red for flavor. If it turns completely brown gray, you fucked it up. That's definitely true. If it definitely goes way off the fucking edge, it's definitely good. Or definitely bad. Unless you're browning it for sauteing it or broiling or something like that, which I might finish all these pork chops with anyway. Because here's what's gonna happen, right? So I have these ones over here, right? That I'm letting sit out here for the time being and everything. While I let these other ones cook. Once these other ones get to a temperature that I'm happy with, I'm gonna swap these out and let the rest of this kind of cook through on the other side. Once I do that, I might just swap it out one more time, put it on the broiler for a few minutes, swap out, put them on the broiler for a few minutes. I'll see how I feel. A nice little crunch never really hurts anyway. It's really, really good, so. April is amazing. I like how the more I start talking about fitness, Untechable Force is like, someone's talking about food and fitness. Here I go. How's it going, man? How you doing? It's good to see you, buddy. Sorry, you caught me in such an embarrassing state. Oh my, I seem to have my shirt off, and I'm flexing for the fans. Oh no, oh my, how embarrassing. How you doing? Happy Monday, Happy New Year to you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Alright, that's really cooking down, but it's not thickening quite yet. It's not to the thickness I would like. Has a lot of sugar in there, so it should thicken eventually, but I might just be being impatient. Yo, Sky Bjornsson, how's it going? This apron fucking rocks! From the crunch bar for crunchiness. Jinsaw's trying to make his own Scrum channel. Just trying to make his own fucking Scrum channel. Oh my gosh. Oh, hold on a sec, actually. It might echo for a bit, and I apologize if it does. I'm going to try to pause it as fast as possible. Speaking of Jinsan, while I'm here. Because we did have a bevy of... I was going to say, we had a bevy of followers here, so it's very potentially... So I was going to say, it's very potentially at the point where... Jinsan, we finally reached 800 followers. Grandiose 3 stream is on deck. We have 799. And you know who we also got? We got the raid from Elliot Eats. So much for this being a low-key night. You love to see it. Yo, thank you much for the raid. Much appreciated. I should probably talk to you. Don't look, everyone. Hey, everyone. Don't be lewd. My eyes are up here. Oh, damn it! I flipped my camera. There we go. My eyes are up here, of course. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Thank you for joining in. Name's Ryudo. I'm a variety streamer of sorts, mostly around fighting games. I come from the fighting game community, do a lot of stuff in that community over there. But I do a lot of variety streaming now that we've kind of been on lockdown and doing different things. Currently, you've caught me in the middle of a cooking stream, which I assume that's where you all came from, another cooking stream, just going by the name Elliot Eats, which now I have to check out your stuff, because I'm always down for more cooking streams. But every 10 subs I reach, I always do a cooking stream. I got 40 subs on Saturday, so I have at least 3 more cooking streams to go. So, if you are here for more food action, you came at a perfect time, because I have a lot more to go. That said, thank you much for joining in. Shortener's gunshot. 10 out of 10 name. Really love that. That's super good. I'm just catching up here real quick. Who needs abs? You got the Abrin. Exactly. I'm just kicking out here. On with the Dan. Yo, thank you much for the follow. Much appreciated. You love to see it. Hell yeah. So, to catch yourselves up here real quick, I'm going to move it back down here. Alright, so you can always click exclamation point recipe if you want to see the general recipe I'm following. I've kind of gone off the rails like, anyone who cooks probably does. Right now I'm making... Ooh, that's finally thickening up. So there we go. So we're making kind of a orange juice, lemon lime sauce, with some pineapple juice that I also was using as a marinade for the salmon I'm making, which I can show you all right now. What's going on in here. So I'm cooking multiple things at once here for food for the week, and I like to have variance throughout the week too. So I do a lot of lean meats and everything like that, really trying to maximize my cooking within that. You can even see the edges of that actually caramelizing a little bit. It looks really good. I can probably actually pull out that pork and check the temperature real quick. But so we're making a pork with a sauce, and then we're cooking the pineapple sauce on the salmon. It's just all good stuff, hopefully. And like I said, you hit exclamation point recipe to actually catch up to what I'm very, very generally doing. Do you mess with hot honey as a glaze? I've never used hot honey, but I have my garlic honey that I've made before. Oh, you came in late, actually. Hold on a sec here. Here. So, what you do is you de-skin some garlic, as a fuck ton of garlic, actually. And then you crack them open just a little bit. You press it just a little bit with a knife, just to bruise a little bit. You can smack it with a knife, too, and that works just fine. And then you fill up a jar with garlic cloves, and then you fill up the rest of it with honey. You let it ferment for like 4 days or so is honestly all the time you honestly need. And you flip it over every 2 days. Make sure you open the cap while it's standing right up. Tighten it before you put it upside down so it kind of mixes in a little bit. And with that, you get a honey garlic that is, a fermented honey garlic that is, oh, it's so good. It is so good. It seems the fish is ready. Let's give it a shot. And I'm also going to do something over here. Shh. It's a damn microwave, I swear. Alright. Let me pop that out real quick here, and I'm going to lower the heat for the remainder of the time for the pork. Because I'm going buck wild with my cooking expertise. Burnt myself. But you loved it. Alright, come on now. Just come on out. Here. Folding in different ways. Don't drop the salmon. You can do whatever else you want, Rita, but don't drop the damn salmon. Alright, I'm looking at it now here. I'm not liking the white on it. It's looking... The sides are looking really good and done, but the white on top is making me feel a little bit uncomfortable. Let me move that off the pan. That probably helps. So I'm probably going to pop it in for a few more minutes, honestly, because that white is not looking very happy to me. It's probably because of all the liquids and stuff like that on the top that's cooling it down. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, what's up, Phil? I forgot. I didn't even see you pop in there. The very good channel called Kay's Cooking, like Real Horde. Oh, God. It sounds like something we have to watch, actually. It's really good. Oh, Varcolex! I missed your name! I apologize, my friend, my fam. Yo, thank you much. Much appreciated for the follow. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a lot of cooking. But, it's how I work. That touched some of the goo. So I'll pop that back in for a little bit longer. I'm not happy with that color, honestly. It looks great on the sides. I just want to get the rest of it like that. And I'm going to actually flip out some of the pork. Or I'm going to test some of the pork while I'm in here. And actually, as a matter of double fact, I'm going to put this back up to 400 for the time being. Okay, what do you got for me? They're still a little bit pink, which is looking pretty good. Alright, and since there's a new number of you folks who just popped in here, I'm going to tell you one of my cooking theories. Well, not my cooking theory, it's Kenji J. Lopez, whatever his last name is. Where his theory, well, not theory, he's tested it, it's not a theory. Where you don't cook meats to the USDA standards. You cook them a little bit below. You let them sit at a higher, at this like 5 to 10 degree lower temperature for like 10, 20 minutes, however long you want. And then you keep all the juices inside. It doesn't dry itself out with cooking over too much. The temperature still increases even after it's out of the oven for a bit. So with all of that, you really can kind of make yourself a nice little, really juicy meal just by quote-unquote undercooking it for a bit. So, even though I'm not at the correct temperature, I guess one would say, I will still pull them out. They're a little bit fattier than I was expecting, actually, but that's fine. And then we'll just let this sit for a while we flip out the other ones into here. I scared myself, I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna splash back and I was gonna get burned. I mean, it's a part of the process, I know, but I'm also a coward. I cry often and I have emotions. There we go. I'm gonna pop this back in here for a bit. These are more done than the other half of them, but there we are. I mean, at this point, we're kind of a lot of the way down, honestly. Alright, I'm catching up on chat. I apologize. Honey garlic is super, super good, Van Geek. You're 100% correct. It's super, super good. Broil it! You know what? On technical performance, you might be right about that. You might be right about that. That white is normal. Is it that normal? I figured it was a little unnatural. at that point. Like I said, I'm a landlocked state. I don't get to cook salmon a lot. If you say that's normal, I'm gonna trust you on that then. Just check with the salmon with the fork. If it shreds easily, you're good. Okay, yeah. Hoof gut. I'm gonna follow y'all's lead then. Because like I've mentioned before, for some of you who came in, I live in Colorado. Salmon is kind of a slight more luxury here. Because we're a landlocked state, and we have to get everything shipped in. And it's not always the freshest. So, alright. Oh yeah. Okay, you are right. You are right. That's the perfect way of doing it. Yeah, like the sides, the middle's still a little rough, but I think if I just let it sit for a while, that should be fine. Don't mind me just Alright, I'm happy. There we go. Hell yeah. So yeah, the middle is still a bit tough, but I think once we let it sit there for a bit, it should be good, but the sides are they're flaking off super easily, so. So you can, oh yeah, hell yeah! Much appreciated, by the way, Elliot. Greatly appreciated. Actually, while you're here, I'm just gonna go to your channel real quick, because like I said, I need to follow more people who cook, honestly. And I've been really bad about like actually hitting the follow button on a lot of people, so let me get on down to Elliot Town and hit that follow button. Sweet. Much appreciated, by the way, the raid, man. Like, everyone's been freaking raiding tonight. And I'm like, you know what? It's Monday. It's Awesome Games Done Quick week. I'm gonna keep it super simple, and I'm gonna stay, low key. I'm gonna do a cooking stream while no one's looking. And then everyone's like, hey, Rita's cooking. Check it out. Which, no complaints at all. Yeah, whatever. You're gonna toss the fish. Oh, fish didn't get done. Salmon raw. That's about what text you want. That's truly fair. That's honestly fair. I could eat it probably a little bit, but I will probably let it sit there for a bit. I'm also catching up. You can't let the kitchen sit your fear. Oh shit! No, you're right. I gotta stand up to the kitchen. I gotta believe in the kitchen, and I gotta stand up to it and say, "Hey, I'm not afraid anymore." I can't make this reference. It's not Christmas anymore. Sorry, Home Alone. You were a terrible video game already. You took enough of my time. For those of you who don't know, I did Bad Game December, and I played Home Alone. That sure was a video game experience. Just like having the Arbitrator 06 give me a follow, though. That's a good-ass experience on the end. Don't stay eating that. You won't stop. No, you're right. And then fried until it's crispy. Okay. No, I like all this fish tech, because like I said, I do not mess with fish a lot. So anything that kind of helps with fish, it's like, ooh, yeah, okay. Fish this, fish that. No, keep throwing the tech my way. I will internalize a lot of it, because once again, fish is my weak point. We cook it in very, very simple ways. This is not there yet still, but that's almost there. And as for how do I want to do this? I'm going to move this off to the side here, real quick like. Also, Jin-san, as you probably now have noticed, yes, you do have your Grandia 3 stream now. It has been less than a year, and it is much shorter time than I expected. You get your Grandia 3 stream. You may celebrate, rejoice. Oh, Dread Loris, thank you much for the follow, also greatly appreciate it. And On with Dan, thank you much for this. Thank you much for the love. I'm like, no, hella appreciate that, man. I hella appreciate that. On with the Dan. Fish bacon. Ooh. That sounds good. Miranda is like, oh hey, Rita's cooking. I'm pretty sure Ty did the same thing. Ty Tuesday did the same thing. He's like, oh hey, Rita's cooking. And he probably, I know why he did it actually. In retrospect, I know why he did it. And actually, I can probably advertise it now. So, for those of you who do also follow Ty Tuesday, me and him are he's doing the current, like, remote couch N64 games right now, stuff like that. 64, PS1 games and stuff like that through Parsec. I will be joining him on that. Soon. Not this Saturday, but the following week Saturday. We will be playing one controller switch off Mario Golf. So, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. You taking that sauce in the whole time? It's getting a bit dark. It's getting a bit dark, but it's not as thick as I want it to be. It's getting there. I can feel some of the bottom starting to get some of that thickness and everything like that, but I really wanted to cook in. I wanted to get it a lot thicker because of how much sugar it has in it, so yeah. Oh, Shortengers, yeah, have a good one. Definitely rest up, have a good one, take care of yourself. Thanks for hanging out, greatly appreciated. And like I said, if you're here for cooking anything, you came at a good time. I owe 4 cooking streams thanks to wonderful people like Femoral in the chat. And 20's in there too, somewhere in there. Don't forget, it will thicken up, sometimes it cool. Oh yeah. I'm kind of getting to the point where it kind of like sticks to the spoon a little bit, like even a marginal bit, but it's still not, it's not even there. And once again, I just moved here actually, so I'm having a little bit of trouble with like, where do I want the heat at normally? Because normally at my old apartment when I was doing the sauces, I have it around like the 5-4 section. Here, on this particular one, it needs to be like a 6 or 7 to kind of get to the point where I want it to boil and kind of go at it. This one on the left though, this thing fucking burns shit. It's like, hey, did you put me at 4? Alright, well, I mean, if you really want to catch the house on fire, I guess. It's like, wait, then what's a 6? Oh, you don't know what 6 is. That's what we did in California. So, how did you use brown sugar? How did I use brown sugar? I viewed it as part of the marinade for the fish. That's what I did the brown sugar for. So let's put it in there, just as like a little bit of sweetener. And then I took the rest of the marinade, I did put it in there, so I have a little bit of brown sugar in there too, on top of everything else. It's coming along. I don't think that's exactly quite where I want it yet, but oh, no, maybe it is. Sorry, just checking the pork right now. It's getting there, it's close. Parts of it are good. There's a particular part that's not super happy. Yeah, you're definitely cold by comparison. I wouldn't say 136 degrees is cold, but yeah. All right, those should be done also soon. We need to fix sauce. But I mean, the great thing about this one being like, it does say quick boil on it, so it boils. It freaking boils. It's done with stuff super fast. It's great, because it's like, oh man, I need some quick coffee. Cool. Like 1 minute later, it's like, cool, it's hot enough. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I really hope I don't ever accidentally slap my hand on that like on accident and I just get stuck to it. Because that's what's going to happen. I'm going to get stuck to it, then I'm going to ignite on fire. Then my bones will ignite on fire. 2 separate conductions. And then I won't die. I'll just be kind of like, you know, just bony Maloney. Melted bony Maloney. Alright, I think that's actually getting pretty close. It's cooked down a lot, though. That's the really shitty part also about cooking at higher elevations. Your liquid starts going really fast compared to everywhere else, too. So it will start eating up your liquid, and that's kind of like, I'm running out of time here. How brave is it? God damn it, Jim. My toaster is very cowardly, actually. It has a timer and everything. It has electrics. Remember what comedians say about toasters? You set them to 4, it comes out at a 3:10. You set it to 5, it comes out at 6. Yeah. And if you set it any higher, it comes out on fire. On top of everything else. Toasters are monsters. I've come up with such like ridiculous techniques for toasting stuff. It's like, alright, I'm gonna set it to like a 3. I'm gonna put it in for like about 3/4 of the time. I'm gonna take it out, I'm gonna flip it onto the other side, put it back in, and let it sit for like 1/6 of the time, and then pull it out, and let it sit there for a bit. I have ridiculous cooking techniques for my damn toaster. It's kind of a problem. Melted bony Maloney. Yeah, you know, it's casual. Melted bony Maloney. I'm gonna lose my abs, my Spartan abs. And, you know, look at that. Look at that. Spartan ab action. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, that's really starting to come together. Let's see. So one of the tests that no, maybe not actually. So one of the tests you can kind of do, if you can kind of see it, is you kind of drag your spoon up, and you kind of see what the liquid does. If it runs down like really clean like that, it's still not thick enough. If it starts to start slowing down and everything like that, then you're starting to get to that thickness that it will come in the cooling. So I personally try to look for that. Just not there yet. Just not there yet.
And we'll see how this goes, honestly. If it really starts to not thicken after a while, it might just be a very juicy sauce. But I also need to be patient. Normally, I'm very patient. But when you're obviously in front of like an audience doing anything, you get a little bit more nervous about the technique and things not working out right and so on and so forth. It's performance anxiety. I mean, everyone has it, no matter what. For those of you who came in a little bit late and may not know me as well, I did mention I do stuff with the fighting game community. I am a competitor for sure, and I've always been like on major stages for some of the biggest tournaments out there, but I also do commentary. So this all stuff comes naturally to me. Talking and just kind of explaining my thought processes and exactly what's going on. Easy for me. There's still performance anxiety though. Don't be ridiculous. That never goes away. It's the only way that your body knows that what you're doing is actually happening and it's real and it's in the moment. Yeah, this is still very liquidy. Thinking emoji. Interesting. I speak from experience for having guys. Hot metal stuck to my skin. I took a welding class. One of the things we were told was watch out for slag. Searing hot metal shards that form from air pockets. Wow. Okay, that's something I never knew. One metal piece I was working on shot a slag at me. It got stuck to my neck. If you couldn't tell, I'm very not jealous. Coward toasted face me in my breakfast combat. The Crowded House. Once again, you're always on point. You love to see it. I want to toast about put a pan in a dry pan. Yeah. You know, you can fit more toast in the pan. You put like little bits of butter on it. It's actually a lot better of a toast experience. But also, I like to one and done it. You know, I just like to press the button and be done with it. Yeah, I'm kind of getting to that point, Doug. It's like, should I just add some cornstarch or should I just be damn patient? And usually the answer is just be damn patient, because usually I was like, ugh. If I didn't tell you it was blazing hot metal, you know what? Honestly, you should have just said it was a hickey. It's like, yeah, you know, I was in the welding class. Things got a little bit hot and heavy, and that wasn't because of the metal. And then everyone's like, all right, what actually happened? You're like, their pocket got me. I'm like looking at my spice cabinet, like, do I just want to add something over? Because yeah, it's at the point where it's like, I am running out of liquid here. Am I gonna reach the happiness point or no? It sucked the fuck. Yeah, it sucked the fuck is the perfect way. It's an absolutely perfect way to go at it. Also, how's it going, Doug? Hope you're doing well, buddy. It's good to see you, as always. Hope this new year has already treated you with some kindness and respect that you deserve. Oh, okay. It's going a little bit, actually. Staying a little bit more into the corners there. Alright, you know what? Here's my mantra. I'm going to give it... Oh, I am going to give it a few more minutes. I'll pull this out. And also let that sit there for a bit. Alright, I'm going to give that a few more minutes. If it doesn't come together like I expect it to, this was a very empty threat. I didn't really have a plan B on this. I'll probably throw a little bit of cornstarch into it and add a smidge more liquid to make up for the lost sauce, because you can probably tell from the sauce here is not that much left, and I have all these pork chops to cover. So might add a little bit more of liquid, get a little bit of cornstarch to kind of see if it forms together just a bit. Not a lot, but a little bit of cornstarch slurry in there. And see if that kind of brings it up together before all the liquid goes bye-bye. So, I'm near smooth. See, no, you see, Specs, the thing is, we all work together in this workaday world. You might have not had the tech back then. You might have not said you were smooth at that point. But now, you have the tech in your head. So, you're ready to go forth in the future and really rock it the next time it happens. You can thank me later when you have that down. Yeah, it doesn't come like I expect it to. I just start slightly sobbing. It's fine. I'm not hurt over this. I'm not broken up over this. It's fine. I'll post an angry tweet. I'm gonna do that regardless. I'm gonna post an angry tweet anyway. Which, by the way, if any of you are Twitter folks and you want to keep up with when is this idiot streaming, that's me. I'm the idiot. It's me. Same as my Twitch, just twitter.com/RYYUDO. I make stupid jokes, usually around fighting games. Sometimes I make a poignant point. Most of the time I just retweet about stuff. And then if I follow back, I will make dumb jokes on your tweets in return. So feel free to hit that follow button on there too if you so feel inclined to keep up with what's going on. Okay, it's coming together a bit more. It's getting that concentrate aspect to it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to let it really cook down to a very basic sauce. Like a very base core sauce. Add a little bit more liquid on the outside. Kind of mix it in all together. Add a little bit of cornstarch slurry. See if it thickens up how I want to. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, wah wah, I will figure out a different thing to put on top of my pork. We're going for it. If I can find a cornstarch anything. And then we're done. We're basically done at that point then. Once the sauce stops saucing it up. I think we have cornstarch, right? Ah, there it is. I know we totally had it. My lady bakes a lot, so she totally has it. Alright. See, the good thing about having late raiders is that no one on this new raid from actually an actual cooking stream will know that I dropped half my garlic in the sink. That's my secret, and you all will never know about it. Definitely not a person who overshares information that's not required to impress anyone. Not that I need to impress anyone. Not that I need to think you all are cool or that think I need you all to think that I'm cool or anything like that. But you know, just saying. Ooh, that's actually starting to bubble up. All right, I think we're getting to that base sauce point that I was really looking for. That's just gonna be like a really heavily flavored thing. Oh yeah, that's starting to stick a lot more. You can start seeing it kind of like in... That is taking a lot longer to drip all the way down. At least I hope you can see that. Otherwise, please imagine it for yourself. So it's starting to really come to that thick, really core aspect that I would normally would toss into like some carnitas or something like that, but garlic waste! No! Minnie Mac, please! Don't leave! Come back! I need you for Friday versus Wednesday! Matt comes in just to get revenge for all the times I called him a dog abuser and cat abuser on his La Mulana streams. Or not La Mulana. What's the other one? Spelunky 2 streams. They both had it too, in my defense. Never know until you bring it up again. Exactly. But good thing I didn't. Good thing I didn't say anything about it. It's our secret, right? Pre-raid chat? I make myself laugh and I don't deserve it. Oh, that's the kind of person I am, though. You love to see it. Alright. Really coming down to that core sauce. I'm really liking that, actually. It's really starting to stick. Like, it's not coating exactly. No, like, yeah, it's sticking across everything like that. Trying to just half show you all here as much as I can, but... Alright, so... I'm gonna add... You know what? Maybe I don't want to add that. That is gonna be balanced off, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Because I don't have any more limes. I realize I have no more limes. I have plenty of lemons, which is fine. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. One, I'm gonna say, okay Google, volume up 1. Sweet. It's playing some lo-fi hip-hop, and I'm a huge fan of it, like everyone else in the goddamn world right now. I'm gonna go the monster route. I'm gonna squeeze out these lemons on it. I'm going to wipe my hands because I'm not a criminal. Alright, a bit more tequila, just a smidge. And then equal parts smidge of agave. A bit more fish sauce. A bit more hot sauce. A little bit more sauce than I originally added. And then a smidge of more orange juice. Not too much though. That's going to be a lot of liquid I have to quick down then. Urge for a moment because I forgot that I had that cut on my finger. And then realized that there's season here. That was my fault. I should have been more clean and careful about that. But, you know, this is the fun part of cooking. Fishing seeds out of your own food. Clearly, that's the most entertaining part of cooking. Is fishing. And every good video game has fishing in it. It's the rule. I didn't make it. Alright, this is the last one now. There we go. All right, that was my dumb though. All right, that's cooking down. Slur in there. Take it off the heat for a bit. Probably should have taken it off the heat earlier, but whatever. I already did what I did. Ooh. Actually, I probably can just leave it off the heat. Honestly, we all deserve to laugh, especially with overspilled garlic. You're 100% right, the Doug. Then they had the God damn it. Add less lemon, adds whole lemon. Yep. Hell yeah. I want my lemony flavor. Okay, yeah. Now that's coming together, like instantly coming together. Exactly how I want it to. Oh, that's nice. That is coming together exactly how I want it to. Alright, I'm gonna just probably keep it off the heat then, at this point. That is nice. You can start seeing some of that real good, like, drip. Not the supreme drip meme that's going around. I don't have that much drip, but that's also the point. I don't want that much drip. I want marginal drip. Actually, I could probably add a little bit more orange juice, but let's see how the flavor comes out first before I do something dumb like that. Not needed. Not needed. Oh, that punches. Oh, that punches. Oh. 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 Alright, I'm a baby monster. I'm gonna add a little bit more hot sauce. My lady's gonna hate me, but don't tell her I did it. It's gonna be our secret chat. And when she says, ooh, this is really good, but it's really hot, I'm like, wow, that's weird. I put like nothing, no spice in there whatsoever. Alright. I'm like looking at everything, I'm like, do I need anything else? And I think the answer is ultimately no. I don't think I do. I think it's great. I think the sauce is just really, really good. Now it's all thickened up. Oh. Oh. Somehow, I splashed my wrist in when I was trying to pan fry some potatoes for dinner. It hurt pretty bad. Oh shit. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. That shit sucks. Absolutely, 100% absolutely sucks. There we go. Oh hell yeah. You know what's great about streaming for like 4 hours on your phone? There we go. We gotta be face to face. My eyes are up here, stream chat, once again. Is that you burn through your whole freaking battery in one go. I'm like, alright. I charge my phone and I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. I'm just gonna charge it real quick here. It's gonna be great. I have 100% battery. 4 hours later, I'm like, I'm down to 31%. I'm glad I have a new phone in my life, because holy crap, my old phone would have not held that charge. Not that I have a million plugs that I can't plug into anyway. I'm not just gonna let it rock like that. Oh, man, that was good though. Best part is cooking when you go to eat a fish and almost die from being eternally stabbed by the throat by bones you didn't know were there. That was the epitome of me being in Beijing and studying abroad in Beijing, because once again, I don't have a lot of fish, once again. I don't have a lot of fish in Colorado. But went to Beijing, and it was funny because, you know, I had a few there were a few actually Vietnamese folks who also came with us too. And, you know, they're down in the fish like no big deal. And I was saying like, man, how are you down in the fish? I have so many bones in mine. It's like, oh, you just live with it. I was like, oh, okay. Apparently my bloodline's weak and I'm not going to survive the winter. That was just like an eye-opening moment. It's like, wow, I'm really American though. I mean, I knew it, but man, they're just like, you just live with it. I'm like, fuck, all right, well then. And I just like, I'm gonna live with it. If I catch one, I'll toss it out, sure, but otherwise, I'm living with bones in my throat for the rest of my days. Do not put that on Pornhub. Oh gosh. Yo, it's an idiot Hob. Also, what I just popping in wish you will before I put my whole body in the bed. Fling your whole body in the bed, Dubs, because I need your ass this weekend whenever we play Doom again. Well, I play Doom, and you get viscerally, internally upset because I missed like 100 secrets or forgot to go back for that one thing. Thanks for swinging by, bud. I greatly appreciate that. It's good to see ya. No, Grease Sprints are, whew, they're awful. They're awful, though. Hey, I was burning all this snipe meat. Oh, that sucks. You hate to see that, though, on the other hand. Alright, so I think the last thing is do I want to broil the tops of these porks? To really get that crisp on the top, ideally. I could pan cook it, pan finish it. But how lazy am I, stream chat? How lazy am I? How done am I? What level of effort do I want to put into this? I'm gonna take a bit of the sauce once more, though. It's so good. It's so good. Have a good looking good. Have a good night looking good. Something like that. There's some words in there. Smush up with you. Yeah, sometimes I smush it up with the bones. Okay, or help show bones. Okay, wish I had that when I was studying abroad. I did not. I'm like, fuck it. I guess this is my life now. I got over it. Mind you, I got over a lot of stuff, which was, you know, once again, a very good and overall humbling experience, but. Because I'm very adaptable. I know in my head I'm extraordinarily adaptable. So it was not a big deal to be like, oh, I can't get water at restaurants anymore. There's hot tap water so you can have tea. But I wasn't a huge fan of tea. So I was just pretty much like, well, I guess I'm just drinking hot water all the time now. And then I got really used to it and I like it a lot now. And it only works if it's like boiling hot water instead. I learned a lot while I was out there, and not all the right lessons, mind you. I'm still really, really dumb. I gotta keep that up. You've been streaming for like 4 hours. On your hand, the flavor. You're right. But you're also right. It's like, I just looked at the clock, and it is almost 9 p.m. I'm usually in bed by 9 p.m. So, that said, I think I'm gonna call it good, actually. But quite honestly, thank you all for the raids. Like all day, like I thought this was gonna be a very low key day. I thought it was gonna be very simple and everything like that. I was wrong. No, everyone kept their eyes open for the cooking stream, which I greatly appreciated. And I have a lot more cooking streams to go, thanks to folks like Fim and 20 and Plain Insane, who I don't believe is in the chat right now. But just a quick overview of like all the cooked foods real quick here. Trying to aim everything. There's that. Back over to the fish zone. No bones in these fish probably for the most part. Kinda gotta go higher. Yeah, there we go. And then lastly, the sweet potatoes, which I actually do need to finish, honestly. So, for those who came a little bit late for the sweet potatoes, a very, very simple thing. I just took, what you do is you cook it on like 275 for normally what would be 2 hours. But, I guess I can back up. That doesn't work at all. That doesn't work at all. Let's try that again. So you put oil on it, oil of your choice on it. Just get this last part because it's not a part of my instructions, and I just want to make sure I at least say it somewhere. Put your oil of choice on it. I have an infused onion oil that I made, so I put that on there. Search up My Name is Andong if you want to figure out how to make that. Super simple, super easy. Basically, just cook onions and a bunch of oil for like 2 hours or so. Not 2 hours, but it's like a while. So I poured that over there. You kind of rub it onto the skin of the baked potato. You put some salt and pepper on it. Salt and pepper of your choice. Just kind of rub it on there or kind of pour it on there, however you choose. I kind of like the thicker layer personally, so it has a little bit more flavor of all the sweetness since we have pretty big sweet potatoes. Cook it in the oven at 275 Fahrenheit for close to 2 hours, and then finish it off right under the broiler for about like 2 minutes, and you get a really nice char on the top. The rest of it's extraordinarily soft. The sugars have been rendered super nicely, and it tastes super good. And you just eat it with the skin on. Just cut into it, start eating it, really enjoy it. It's probably my favorite way to prepare sweet potatoes. It's a nice, nutritious food if you're doing any sort of calorie counting or dieting or nutritional fixes this year for yourself. So that's a really easy recipe for you too. Okay, I hit all the recipes now. I hit everything. So that's it. Once again, you've all said your thank you. Thanks for the streams and whatnot. Thank you all for hanging out. Greatly appreciated it. I'll be back Wednesday with my boy Mini Matt. Every Wednesday, for the people who are new here, we do what is called Variety Versus. We pick a new multiplayer game. We try it out. We give a rating on it being how competitive it is and how fun it is. And then, we'll go from there. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing this month besides on Saturdays. I'm streaming Doom. So, there's also that. But, no. Thank you all for hanging out. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for all the loves, the follows, the raids, the subscriptions, everything and so on and so forth. It's never required to watch a stream, but it's always hella appreciated. So, I really thank you all for the support and everything like that, especially during these trying times. It's definitely been a really good way for me to connect with other folks and get other people who have very the word's gone. The stream's ending. Goodbye. Fuck, I missed the button. Oh, there's a second button. I'm a very good streamer, clearly. Have a good one.